They've got something special going. Burton, I think, will give them a game, but in the end, I think Cunningham is going to stay undefeated.
I kind of like looking at the districts and Cunningham and Burton and the Pawnee Heights in the same district. And those are Eastern teams, Scott, in the state right now for six-man football. But boy, Cunningham's just on a roll right now, aren't they? Good start to the season with a good win over Ashland, and they haven't been challenged since. They've won, I think, every game except Tescott. Every other game has been a mercy rule, and even Tescott was 42-0. This Cunningham team has definitely got the look of a team that could win the first official six-man state football championship in Kansas history.
Trinity at Sterling also on sports number 2 tonight, and then one other area game, Hutch at Mays. I had the Derby Mays game last week. Mays winning that 52-51. Can they come down off the high and beat a really good Hutch team? Going to be an interesting game there in Mays.
Yeah, let's not forget Hutch only lost to Derby by 7, and that's when a last-second pass from, I think, the 7-yard line fell incomplete in the end zone. So, Hutch has some athletes on that defense. They're obviously going to get tested, but I don't put it out of the realm of possibility for the Salthawks to compete in this game. I'm not going to go out of the way and say that they're going to win, but I definitely think that they can compete in this game.
Well, stay tuned for live pregame coverage from all of our sites, and you've been listening to the Central Kansas Football Preview Show on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
The Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Stream Viking football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. Mix 96.7. The Smoky Valley Vikings play here.
Hi, this is Serena from Midway Motors. To help fight breast cancer, Midway will be donating $50 for every vehicle sold during the month of October in hopes of raising $15,000. Visit midwaymotors.com to learn more.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Whether it's a new build, a remodel of a kitchen, interior, exterior, or an insurance restoration project, Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. We stand behind our work and have lasting relationships with vendors, suppliers, and most importantly, with you, the customer. Erickson Custom Building, proud to support all high school activities. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome, Smoky Valley football fans. This is Don Binks along with Doug Snyder. We're live at Hillsboro, Kansas tonight. We're at Joel Ween Stadium here on Tabor College plays here, as well as Hillsboro High School, and we want to welcome you to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth and Viking football on Mix 96.7. And Doug, we missed you last week, but you're back here this week, and I think this is maybe the start of a couple of games the Vikings can surely play well and win.
Yeah, and actually, I had a chance to watch the game on the live stream. You guys did a great job last week, and I really thought other than that start of the game, we hung around and actually played some pretty good football through the stretch. And I know Coach Lambert is going to talk a little bit about that, but he mentioned that at Quarterback Club this week. Aside from the start and getting behind early, there were some pretty good things the team saw last week. We were able to move the ball, threw the ball 22 times, I think we said. 200
and some yards.
Yeah, and moved the ball. Cade Blanchett had an early score down the sideline, a big long play, and kind of got the offense rolling. But, today and the last few days have been extremely windy out and about, and now the wind's starting to die down a little bit. Of course, the stadium's kind of a little bit sunken down, at least from the one end. And so it's turning out to be a really good night. You started to wonder maybe if that wind might affect a lot of things going on, but I think it's going to be a night where both teams are hungry for a win. Hillsboro's had a rough stretch in there as well, and I think you're going to see some good football from both teams tonight.
Yeah, both teams have very good athletes on their team, so it's going to be a well-played game. And but the Vikings, looking at our side, we really need to take care of business. It's a non-district game, so it doesn't hurt the district standings, but you want to come out with a winnable game.
Yeah, and we've had a tough stretch along the way. I mean, when you start talking about the teams that we've had to play lately, the Andales, the Pratts, the Cheneys, and, Cheney and Pratt, I thought we played good football there and didn't play bad football against Andale either. They were just Andale, and now you've suddenly found yourself at 2-4, 0-3 in district, and you made the comment that it's not a district game tonight, but you look at tonight as hopefully a get-well game. You want to get out here. You want to get see some success. And again, Hillsboro wants to do the same thing. But we've come here on nights and been really surprised by how we've played. And we've come here on nights and been surprised on the other way. So I think our guys are hungry for that win tonight. They want to get that going in the right direction. And obviously they want to use tonight to propel them into their next district game next week against Nickerson.
Yeah, Nickerson is hosting Pratt tonight, so that's the other one in the district, and Cheney is at Andale, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of a score that is, as they beat Collegiate last week 49-0, a Collegiate team that was ranked number 2 in Class 3A. So yeah, it's just a juggernaut of Andale. And then Holcomb and Hugoton are the two of the teams that are in the district we're going to match up with, and on week 9 it looks like right now we're going to end up playing Scott City, because Scott City has beaten both of those teams. So unless somebody gets tripped up there, we're possibly looking at a trip to Scott City in a couple weeks.
And it wouldn't be a bad trip, I don't think. I think it'd be a good place for us to be. I think obviously they're having a good season, but this stretch run, like we said, of Andale, Cheney, and Pratt, there's no better way to figure out and get a gauge where your team is at by playing those 3 teams along that path. And I think playing those teams is going to turn out to make us a much better football team down the stretch, and we might become one of those teams who can surprise some people when it comes to playoff time.
I think it'll be exciting to see how that plays out. Anyway, it's a great night here for football. The wind is dying down a little bit. We are outside, but we're going to bring you a great game here in about 15 minutes. So we'll turn it back to the station, and we'll be back with more pregame and some stats and everything else. You're listening to Viking Football.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Stay tuned as we sit down for a pregame chat with head coach Tim Lambert. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. Mix 96.7. The Smoky Valley Vikings play here.
Stop by Heston Bakery and Cafe, Heston's hometown cafe, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. Open every day of the week. They serve an assortment of baked goods, specialty coffees, sandwiches, soups, salads, and desserts for dine-in, carry-out, and for all your catering needs. Stop in and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere, or view the menu and order online for convenient quick pickup at HestonBakeryAndCafe.com.
Welcome back to Friday Night High School Football on 96.7 KMPK. Grant Barrett with Ad Astra Radio, joined alongside Hillsboro Trojans head football coach Demetrius Cox. Coach, you fell to a tough Southeast of Saline team last week, but you've got the opportunity to win 2 of the final games of the regular season. Talk about what practice has looked like as you've prepared this week.
Practice this week has been more upbeat. I think the guys took away from that Southeast Saline game is that we can compete. We played a tremendous first half against a tough 2A opponent. The next 2 games is not going to be easy, but it feels from the vibe I get at practice, the guys are up for the task.
And defensively, what are going to be the keys here this week to stop the Vikings or slow them down, and what is it that they do well?
Smoky is a very, very, very good team, a well-coached team. They're a power run team. The key to stopping Smoky is to stopping their power run. If we can limit those power runs to minimum gains or take one of their big plays, we'll be fine.
And offensively, you've got a lot of weapons, great athletes, but struggled to punch it into the end zone. What's going to be the goal here for the offense this week?
Goal of offense is just to get on the same page. We got a lot of talent. We're just not clicking on the same page. Get the ball in our athletes and our athletic kids' hands quick and let them make plays for us. We're going to try to spread the ball out and go with a little bit more up-tempo style play this week.
Sure, that'll be something that we keep our eye on. But, Coach, you're back at home in these final 2 weeks. What's going to be the goal in these final 2 games?
There's nothing like playing in front of the Trojan community. We have a strong-knit community that comes out and supports us every Friday night. The most important thing I try to teach my player is to just go out and put on a show for the community, to represent what's across the front of their chest. So we're just going to come out and try to play our hardest to make the community proud, the parents proud, school proud, and play with just tenacity.
Definitely. We look forward to a great matchup, Coach. We appreciate your time catching up with us. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
Go Trojans.
Hillsboro Trojans head football coach Demetrius Cox, thanks again, and we wish you the best of luck here tonight.
All right, thank you.
Pyle Law is a Kansas personal injury law firm. We handle cases in McPherson County and throughout the state of Kansas. Now is the time to call for your free consultation. I'm Liz Pyle, and my husband Tom has over 25 years of personal experience in all matters relating to Kansas personal injury law. Tom will take the time to evaluate your options, inform you of your rights, and walk you through the complicated process of seeking compensation for your personal injuries or loss. Contact Pyle Law at 620-241-9000.
At American Family Insurance, protecting crop farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Visit the Jason Honshu Agency in downtown Hillsboro. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Friday Night High School Football on 96.7 KMPK. Grant Barrett with Ad Astra Radio, joined alongside Smoky Valley head football coach Tim Lambert. Coach, you ran into a stretch where you were in the middle of the season facing teams that now all have 5-1 records or better. Now you face a team who has the opposite record, but still has a lot of weapons. So take us through this week of practice and how you've prepared for Hillsboro.
Well, we just try to prepare each week the same and try to get better ourselves and try to figure out, what the other team is trying to do and how we can best prepare for that offensively and defensively. And so, we don't really try to get too hyped up in what teams' records are or anything like that. We're 2-4 and we've got, a lot of improving that we can do. And so we're just trying to get ready for what Hillsboro does and try to just come out Friday and just be as good as we can be.
And so defensively, what are going to be the keys this week against the Trojans, and what is it that they do well?
Well, they're pretty balanced offensively as far as run and pass, and so that creates some problems. But you kind of try to make them one-dimensional if we can. Hopefully we can slow their run game down and make them have to throw the ball, and hopefully then we can put some pressure on the quarterback and make it difficult for them. But that's easier said than done. So we'll just have to wait and see what we do and how things play out during the game.
And offensively, the game plan all season has been sticking with the run behind those big guys up front. Does anything change with the game plan this week, or will we see any wrinkles?
Well, if you put any wrinkles in, and you sure don't want to talk about them on the radio, but we threw the ball for 208 yards last week, and so we feel like we could throw the ball, and if we have to, and hopefully maybe we'll incorporate more of that into what we're doing and make it harder for people to defend the run if we could throw it a little bit.
You're back on the road this week. What's going to be the goal in these final games as you look to build momentum into the playoffs?
Well, we still have one district game left with Nickerson, and we're going to have to win that one to make it into the bracket. So we're just trying to use this week as a week to get better, and hopefully we can come away with a win and get some good momentum going into next week with Nickerson, and hopefully then we find out who we've got to play and get a winnable game, a competitive game that first week of the playoffs.
Definitely. Coach, we appreciate your time as always. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Smoky Valley head football coach Tim Lambert. Thanks as always, and we wish you the best of luck here tonight.
All right, thank you.
Rod here from Rod's Tire and Service of Hillsboro. As a small business owner myself, I understand what it is like to manage costs. That's why at Rod's we take a lot of pride in taking the time to give our customers options on all of our in-stock tires. For tires for your
We're here at the net with Junior Tinley and Senior Noel. Just got done with practice. How was practice, guys?
Pretty good. Pretty average.
Good. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So Tinley, we'll start with you. How do you prepare for a game?
Usually I just listen to music and either watch a movie.
Okay. What about you, Noel?
Nap on the bus or listen to music.
Nice. What made you want to play volleyball?
My mom forced me to when I was younger, so I was just like, oh, yeah.
I just wanted to because my friends are doing it.
Okay. What's your favorite part about volleyball?
Probably just like the team and how much energy everybody brings and how fun it is.
Yeah, just getting to be with people.
All right. What are your team goals and what are your own goals?
I would say our team goal is to make it to state and possibly get first. And then personal, just get better at blocking and overall.
Yeah, personally, I just want to get better at basically everything.
Okay. Do you have any rituals or things you do before each game?
On the bench, we do this one thing that I can't say.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a little ritual.
Yeah, and we listen to music together in the locker room before.
Yep.
All
Get
right.
hype.
All right, yeah. All right, well, thank you guys for your time.
96.7.
The Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Viking athletics at adastraradio.com. Your home for Viking football is Mix 96.7.
Archer Gear for Sport at 109 North Main, downtown Lindsborg, is a proud supporter of the Smoky Valley Vikings and the Bethany Swedes. Be sure to stop by before the game and check out the new apparel to show your team pride. We wish all the student athletes a safe and successful season.
Get the latest 5G devices at Nextech Wireless. Now you can get the iPhone 14 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus on us, or up to $999 off any other device. And that's not all. You can also get half off a new Apple Watch when you bring your number to us. Nextech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back. As the pep band playing the national anthem for us tonight, it's going to be a great night for football, and the Vikings and the Trojans, both teams out on the field, getting ready to go. We'll have the coin flip in just a minute, but the Vikings, boy, we've really been in a stretch that's been difficult, but boy, the passing game really showed up last week. Carson Peel was over 200 yards passing.
Yeah, Carson was over 200 yards, and that takes him all the way up to 600 yards of total passing this year. Of course, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions along the way, but we mentioned he threw it about 22 times last week, and he's thrown 75 times on the year. A little unconventional, from a Tim Lambert perspective, but it's provided good options for this team. And Carson's a very smart quarterback, of course, coming back from the injury his sophomore year and really developing into that quarterback that coach wants him to be in that junior year, so that he's ready to take over and be that way this year for them as well.
Yeah, no question about that. And then, it's typically the running of our backs, our three-headed monster that we have in the backfield of Stambaugh and Autry and Blanchett, but last week Blanchett was catching passes out of the backfield and as a wide receiver, so he showed that he's capable of doing a lot of good things.
Well, I think Blanchett did that, and that's just the quality here of this stable of players that they've got. Whether it's Stambaugh, Autry, or Blanchett in the backfield, or whether it's Blanchett or Pickering receiving passes, either one of those monsters can really establish a game for you. And I think, again, Cheney, we played pretty well. Offensively did some really nice things. Last week, offensively did some really nice things. Just against teams that, the Cheney game, they just a couple balls bounced a different way there. The fake punt that didn't work out really changed the outcome of the game there. Otherwise, I think that's a one-score game down the stretch and a chance of still winning. And, of course, again, all that's going to develop into this team that we're going to see tonight and into next week as we prepare for playoff time.
How about some starting lineups? Do you want to do them for us?
I would be happy to. Defensively tonight for Hillsboro, across the front line, they run kind of a 4-3 look, but they'll bring their safety up a lot. Defensive line for them, Anders Weisbeck, number 12. He's a 6', 230-pound sophomore. Number 55, Lane Rogers at defensive tackle, 6'3", 196-pound senior. Defensive tackle, number 72, Aubrey Nichols, 5'9", 251-pound senior, number 72. Number 77, Sam Sorensen, 6'2", 172-pound senior at defensive end. Their linebackers, Jacob Thiessen, 6'2", 188-pound senior, number 26. The other outside linebacker, David Schaefer, 5'10", 170-pound senior. Number 57, Sutton Reger, 5'8", 184-pound freshman. And at their corners, Tyson Plennert, number 21, a 5'11", 157-pound senior. The other corner, Levi Smith, 5'11", 166-pound junior. And their safeties, Seth Driggers, 6'1", 165-pound sophomore. And at strong safety, number 11, Nicholas Smith, the 6'2", 178-pound senior. The Vikings, meanwhile, across the front, Gus Griffith, number 70, the 6'4", 280-pound senior. Left guard, Justin Holt, 6'2", 230-pound senior, number 77. Number 52, Austin Sharp, 6'1", 170-pound senior. Alex Groslin, number 50, 6'2", 225-pound senior. Right tackle, Richard Zeller, number 51, 6'2", 210-pound senior. The slot back, Cade Blanchett, 6'4", 180-pound senior. Vincent Pickering at tight end, 6'1", 200-pound senior. Ethan Abel, probably back in the lineup again tonight, 6'2", 160-pound senior. And in the backfield, Justice Autry, 5'7", 130-pound senior. At tailback, Tristan Stambaugh, 6'3", 225. At fullback and quarterback, Carson Peel, 6 foot, 170-pound senior.
And they tow it up and kick it off. Nolan Dower taking it about the 15-yard line, bobbles it just momentarily across the 20, 25, 30. He's got a little seam up the 35, and the good play to get a little momentum on the Viking side as Nolan Dower picks it up and just kind of tiptoes up the sideline and gets the Viking in good field position.
Yeah, Dower did a great job. That ball kind of 2 or 3 hopped on him, but he picked it up, was able to get up a little seam there on the far side of the field and break a couple of tackles, and has a nice return. Gets the Vikings set up in a good spot here at the 35-yard line for their first drive.
Yeah, right at the 35-yard line. So the Vikings will come out in wishbone formation here, double tight end, their first possession just underway here from Hillsboro. Turn and hand it off to Stambaugh, blasting it through the middle, and he'll get a couple up the middle. And it looks like they're going to, well, I thought the ball was over here. It was. Gets a 5-yard gain, so nice run by Stambaugh.
Yeah, nice way to start out. Goes back to the bread and butter of the Vikings. A nice little 11 play there. Just nice dive for Stambaugh right up the middle, and a nice 5-yard gain to get the running game going.
I thought Zeller was on top of that. I thought Zeller was the ball carrier there, and he came out with a good block and good pancake block here on the side. Here comes Blanchett trying that left side. He's got a little seam. He's right at first down yardage and does get the first down. So 2 plays and a first down, that's what you like to see if you're a Viking fan.
Yeah, we always say 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but 6 and 5 is much, much better, and that's exactly what we've gotten on those first 2 plays. You mentioned it, Blanchett this time coming to the near side. Again, just in between the guard and the tackle, able to pick up a nice gain.
So first down Vikings, they stay in wishbone formation, double tight here. On 1st and 10, turn and hand it off to the Meerkat, trying to dodge a couple of tackles. He's trying to get out in the open, but he's not going to get there. He's just short of midfield before he's kind of driven back a little bit. Going to get him up to about the 49-yard line. Boy, he was just churning those legs, trying to find that little seam. He just couldn't get loose.
He was. Play designed to go to the right there, and he ends up bouncing it back to the left and actually bounced right in between a blocker from the Vikings and the defender for Hillsboro. If he's able to get behind that blocker, I think he's got a little bit of a wedge and create some space. Just wasn't quite able to do that.
Give him 3 on the carry, 2nd down and 7 for the Vikings. Turn and hand it off to Tristan right up the middle. He'll get near the 44-yard or 46-yard line, a gain of about 5 across midfield. And the Vikings are going to be looking at 3rd and a long 2.
Yeah, nice run again by Stambaugh. Tackle on the play by Reger, number 57. Again, in that second wave, he's their linebacker. So the offense so far has been able to get past that first wave of players and into that second level. And we like that because if we can break that second level, we have our big guys against the third level, and we got a good opportunity there.
I formation behind Carson Peel. This time the Vikings are in their white tops, black pants, black helmets. We'll get Hillsboro's here in a minute for you. Here comes Stambaugh blasting through, and he's touchdown saving tackle there by one of the D-backs, number 3 for the Hillsboro, Levi Smith. Otherwise, Stambaugh had a really good head of steam.
Yeah, we mentioned just getting to that third wave, and he got to that third wave on that play, and all Levi Smith could do was just get low, try to take him out down at the legs, and that's exactly what he did. Stambaugh rumbled down there for a first down.
Trevor Jones checking in for the offenses, gets a rare look at offense here. He goes in as a tight end. They go back to that I formation with Blanchett, the flanker, to the outside of the tight end on the far side. 1st and 10 Vikings in Hillsboro territory. Blanchett in motion near side. Here comes Stambaugh again, blasting his way across the 30. He's still going. He's still going. He's down to the 15-yard line. That looked like one of those plays that just could continue on and continue on. He's churning his legs, and he got a big gain.
You know, every week we say that Tristan just puts his head down, gets through that first line, and if nobody gets him at the legs and he's still standing, he continues to rumble, and that's exactly what he did that time. He got past those waves. He was able to stay upright, and he just continued to churn, takes all the ball all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, good. First and 10 just inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Stay in that I formation for the Vikings on this play. Now man in motion, Blanchett to the near side. Hands it off to the Meerkat, trying to get outside. He's got the 10. He's inside about the 7-yard line. So good run by Mr. Autry.
Yeah, Mr. Autry takes it down there. Nicholas Smith on the tackle, number 11 for Hillsboro. And again, just getting on the edge this time, coming to the near side of the field. Nice play design. We've gone up the middle the last 3 plays. This time we bounce it outside, pick up a nice gain, and set up a 2nd and short here for the Vikings.
Yeah, good effort by Autry, and brings up 2nd down and 3, we'll call it here, inside the 10-yard line, knocking on the door to get into the touchdown. Flanker this side, Blanchett to the near side, now goes on motion to the far side. Here comes Stambaugh again, blasting his way up the middle. He's going to get right at first down yardage. I think he'll get the first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Vikings.
Yeah, nice healthy dose of Stambaugh on this first drive. They are really trying to get him in that middle. You know, again, all the scouts that are put together this week trying to figure out where you can take advantage of different teams, and obviously that decision has been try to attack the middle, attack, and then periodically bounce it to the outside, and Stambaugh does pick up a first down.
Now, one of their defensive linemen is 251 yards, but boy, we're getting some good blocks on there from our front 5. Wishbone formation now on 1st and 10. Here comes Blanchett on the left side. He's at the goal line, stretches in. I don't think they're going to give it to him, but it looked like he fell across the goal line.
I thought he reached the ball across the goal line.
I thought he did too, but boy, it doesn't look like there's an inch of space between the tip of the ball and the white line for the goal line, but it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the, we'll call it the 1-foot line, but it'll be classified as a 1-yard run, whoever gets the touchdown in there. 7-11 and counting on this first Viking drive. No score, but they're knocking at the door. Turn and hand it off to Stambaugh again, and he's in for the touchdown. Vikings score at the 7:01 mark and take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, nice job. I had that as the 10th play of the drive. The Vikings go from the 35, so a 65-yard drive there in 10 plays. You like the average there of 6.5 yards per play, and they again just pounded home. No passes on that drive. Back to bread and butter for the Viking offense. A lot of runs, a lot of plays down the middle, and now they're up 6-0 here at the 7:01 mark.
And they'll try the 2-point conversion. Yeah, makes you feel good when they get. That's what Coach Lambert likes to do, and it was all run, and now they're going to split Blanchett way out to the far side. I formation behind Carson on this point after attempt. Turn and hand it off. No, Carson's going to keep it himself, and he'll take it in for 2. It's good, and the Vikings with 7:01 take an 8-0 lead. We'll be back with the ensuing kickoff after this timeout.
Get the latest 5G devices at Next Tech Wireless. Now you can get the iPhone 14 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus on us, or up to $999 off any other device. And that's not all. You can also get half off a new Apple Watch when you bring your number to us. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Allen Samuels & Hutch is proud to support our community and local businesses, and we promise to continue to do so. Follow us on Facebook and join in our weekly giveaways. Check out our website at allensamuelshutch.com for our new inventory arriving daily. And remember, Ladies' Day is every Tuesday for discounted oil changes, tire rotation, and a free car wash. Allen Samuels on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine and Hutch. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends." Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And back at Hillsboro, Don Binks along with Doug Snyder, as the Vikings take the opening kickoff and drive it 65 yards in 10 plays and score at the 7:01 mark. All runs, like Doug said, on that drive, and now we'll see what Tabor can do and what the Viking defense can do. But Mr. Heitschmidt will kick it off. The freshman, Ty Heitschmidt, doing a good job of kicking off. Now we got a stoppage of play here by the far official for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. That's a rare whistle from the line judge on the home side of the field, so I don't know what.
Just want to remind you can stream tonight's game on your phone with the Ad Astra Radio app, powered by Nextech Wireless. Shop the latest phones and devices at the best prices. That's Nextech Wireless. We are Kansas.
The approach to the ball, the kick high overhand is going to be taken at the 12-yard line by Smith. Trying to near side now, kick it up the middle. He's tackled by number 32, Gustus, on the play, and Hillsboro will have it 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Also want to remind everybody, you can get your breakfast tomorrow morning. The Hillsboro is doing a fundraiser, a Swedish pancake feed, tomorrow morning from 8 to 11 at the Covenant Church. Don't forget to help the Swedish Hillsboro Committee, and it's Hillsboro will be October 13th and 14th of 2023, but they're starting their fundraising things, and we certainly want to help support them. Bolt will be the quarterback for Hillsboro, and he's in that pistol formation. He's got a back beside him and a back behind him. It's a toss to the back, and he's going to throw the ball all the way downfield all by himself, and he's going to get it complete across the 50-yard line. Carson Peel, well, they really bit on the run there, and they really had a wide open play. Good thing it was underthrown, or that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, Nick Smith makes that catch, and you're exactly right. It was a well-designed play. The toss, and then the running back ends up chucking the ball down the field, and if he leads him, he's scoring. There's no way Carson's going to catch him. But instead, he had to turn around, wait on the ball. Nice pickup there all the way down to the 35-yard line.
A big play for Hillsboro on their opening play, so it's 1st and 10 Hillsboro in Viking territory now. Vikings lead at 8-0, but Hillsboro, they got some athletes on their team. You know, never question that. Bolt has it again. He's going to hand it off to the big guy on the far side. He's going to take and get no gain on the play. Good job in there by Holt and Gustus on the tackle.
Yeah, after the big 29-yard catch there, they end up running the ball with Weisbeck. He was a heck of a middle school athlete. Coach Estep and myself and Coach Drew coached against him a few years ago, and he's been their primary back, or at least one of the primary backs this year. Good-sized young man, 6', 230. Had a nice run around the outside there, but the Viking defense able to catch him on that first run.
Wide receiver each way for Bolt in that pistol formation. Oh, he drops the ball. He's in trouble in the backfield. The Vikings, and it comes out again, and I think the Vikings have it. Bolt, I don't know. Blanchett, I think, hit him and helped knock the ball loose, but it's going to be a fumble, and the Vikings are going to get it on the turnover.
Yeah, it looked like Justin Holt was the one that was able to get in there and cover it, but it was definitely the moment that ball squirted out of his hands on the hit by Pickering, it was no doubt the Vikings were going to have the best chance at it. It was a dead play. It looked like they were trying to come to the near side with something. He fumbled the ball, tried to make something out of it, and there were at least 5 Vikings around the football there to recover that ball. And like we said, Justin Holt comes up with it, and the Vikings are in business again at the 36-yard line.
We're going to put a wide receiver out each way for the Vikings on this time I formation behind Carson Peel, who's under center. Hand it off to Stambaugh again, running right up the middle. That's what they're going to go to. It's going to get a steady dose of Stambaugh, and he gets up near the 40-yard line, so it's going to be a pickup of about 4.
One of the shortest gains of the day so far for Stambaugh. He only picks up 4 on that one. But again, Vikings, like you said, going right back up the middle, going to what they did on that first drive. I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight. I think they're really going to run a lot of running plays here and right up the middle. But then I think you're going to see them sprinkle in that pass play every now and again to see if they can catch them. Looks like we have to switch out of football here.
Yeah, I think they forgot to switch it there last time, but the Vikings get their football out there now. And we also want to make a comment. Glad to see her out there, a lady official, being one of the back judges here in the game tonight. So hats off to her for being part of this football crew. 2nd down, and we'll call it 6 for the Vikings. I formation again with the wide receiver each way. Carson's going to keep it himself. He's got some running room. He's near midfield and gets tackled right about the midfield stripe, and that's where the Vikings will have it 1st and 10. They're going to spot it just short at the 49, but a good tuck and run by Carson.
Yeah, Carson's been a little bit more integral in the offense, especially in the running game over the course of this season. Didn't get a lot of opportunities last year, of course, coming back from that injury, and now he's really able to find some of that. Scored the 2-point conversion earlier, and a nice run here on 2nd down to pick up the 1st down.
This drive started on the 36-yard line, 1 yard short of where the last drive it started. Wide receiver each way for Carson. I formation behind him. Turn and hand it off to the Meerkat, trying to get outside. Now inside. Oh, and he gets bumped up and taken down. He's going to get to the 50-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 1, but I don't know what he did. He kind of stopped, looked like he was going to slide into second, but then he backed up and he got taken down.
Justice is so quick and he's so agile.
man.
I think sometimes he maybe puts himself in a tough position trying to do too many things. He's done so well. And, of course, he had a great run earlier this year where he cut back the entire field, was able to take the ball from about 50 yards out for a score. That time hit the brakes and wasn't able to get back going again before a big hit.
I formation again for Carson, dropping back to pass. He's on the slant pattern to Blanchett. He's going to be right at her, just short of the first down marker. Looks like they're going to spot it right at the first down marker, and it's going to be first down yardage. A little low on the pass, but Blanchett went down to get it and got first down yardage. Nicely done.
Yeah, put the ball in only a place where Cade could catch it. I mean, he didn't leave a chance out there for the ball to be intercepted. Beautiful look, able to hit him. Cade goes down, picks it up, and is able to pick up the first down.
First and 10, Vikings in Trojan territory at the 41. Back to wishbone formation on this play. First and 10, turns and hands it off to Stambaugh again, blasting his way through the middle. No. It's Autry still going, and he's down inside the 20. I thought Stambaugh had it, and here comes Autry with it. My bad on the call, but we get it inside the 20-yard line, a 22-yard gain, and an injury here on the play.
Levi Smith looks like he's down. Levi Smith of the Trojans down on the field.
This injury timeout is sponsored by Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation. Sports Performance. Schedule your free consultation at summitkansas.com. The Summit together for exceptional health care service. And we also want to let Alan Samuels help you find the make, model, and budget that fits you best. View their large inventory at allsamuelshutch.com. Alan Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Come by. Let's be friends, according to Mr. Samuels.
Yeah, and we remind you also, if you're out and about and sitting at home listening to us on the radio, you can bring us up at live.smokyvalley.org. Mr. Rose, again, has merged us in with the video footage from this game tonight, so you can watch and listen as well through live.smokyvalley.org.
Yeah, we really appreciate Mike doing that. And you mentioned last week how good the picture was that he picked up from the Pratt game.
Yeah, great picture. I was able to watch that at home and really feel like I could be right there with you guys and watch that game and have a chance to analyze some of the same things you were seeing. But again, what a great play call here. We mentioned the pounding running of Stambaugh, and this time they hit the second man through, and that happens to be Autry. Of course, Stambaugh doesn't hurt when he opens the hole for you, and he's able to get through there and make a big play.
Just like tonight's team, the McPherson Laundry can help you look like a winner. Expert dry cleaning and professional shirt service. McPherson Laundry in McPherson is where you take your clothes. The Vikings, again, in their black pants, white shirts, black helmets. Hillsboro, and they're all, what do you call that color? Maroon and
gold, I would
gold.
say.
All
yellow.
maroon tops and bottoms and helmets and gold numbers. And now getting a little help up from the coaches is number 3, Levi Smith, so hopefully he'll be okay and be able to walk that off and maybe get back in the game, but he's sure walking pretty gingerly. But Vikings scored on the first drive of the game, and then Hillsboro had a big play, turned it over on the second play after that big play, and the Vikings now driving inside the 20-yard line, looking to add to their 8-0 lead.
Yeah, good start. If you're looking for a script to write for the Vikings tonight to get back in the win column, it's gone exactly the way they wanted. You open up the game with a nice 65-yard drive. You take 10 plays to get there. You take almost 5 minutes off the clock to score. You get Hillsboro has a quick hitter against you, but you force a fumble. You get the ball back almost at the exact same point you had your first drive, and now they're moving that ball down the field again, are already in the red zone with a chance to score here on 1st and 10. Again, hoping nothing major there with Levi Smith. Certainly looked like it might be an ankle or something leg-related. So definitely hobbled off and is sitting down on the sideline. We'll try to keep you up to date of that as we go through the night.
As sharp as the last one back to the huddle, I guess Carson told him what the play was. Now wishbone formation. Here comes Stambaugh blasting his way down the 10-yard line, getting close to the 5-yard line. Still on his feet inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line. What a strong run by Tristan Stambaugh.
What a great run. Just a bull going through there from the 19 all the way down to the 5. A nice 14-yard gain. And what blocking from that front line. We've already mentioned their names to start the game, but let's point them out again. Pickering, Griffith, Holt, Sharp, Groslin, and Zeller clearing space and getting those running backs through the middle.
First and goal for the Vikings here just before the end of the first quarter, already leading 8-0. Here comes the Meerkat trying to get in there, and he is. The Meerkat scores from 5 yards out. Autry with the touchdown, and the Vikings take a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, nice run again. A little bit of a cell fake back there, making it look like the ball went over the head. Give the ball to Autry coming to the near side, just between the guard and the tackle again. A little shift, taking it to the inside, and he scores from 5 yards out. Again, Justice Autry, the Meerkat, puts the Vikings up 14-0 here in this first quarter.
Point after attempt, they'll send two receivers, Dower and Blanchett, to the far side. I formation behind Carson. Dropping back to look to the pass, going to go out in the flat, and it's knocked down by one of the defenders for Hillsboro. Incomplete. No good, but our score with 2:29 left to go in the first quarter. Vikings on top 14-0. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this timeout.
McPherson Center for Health is pleased to welcome Dr. Dusty Samuels to our exceptional team of family medicine physicians and providers. Dr. Samuels returns to Kansas from Minnesota and is welcoming patients of all ages. She has special interest in family care, pediatrics, and chronic disease management. Give us a call to establish patient status with Dr. Samuels at 620-241-7400.
What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle? A combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more. Because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve?
See State Farm agent Becky Walsh in Hillsboro and Marion today.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
Kickoff kind of bounces a little bit, picked up late by Smith in the back, but he gets up to about the 26 or 7 yard line. That's where Hillsboro will take it 1st and 10, as the Vikings have good kick coverage there on the kickoff, leading 14-0 here. The Vikings didn't complete, unsuccessful on the 2-point conversion, so they lead 14-0. But Bolt coming in now to direct the play for the Hillsboro Trojans. Man, they had a great first play, got a big pickup into Viking territory, but then a little disaster struck them and they turned it over. So we'll see what they do this time. They put one receiver out far side, one to the near side. That same pistol look with the back behind Bolt and one to the side of him. On 1st and 10, dropping back to pass. Now rolling, going to come out here in the flat. Caught. Good coverage right away by Nolan Dower as a play, maybe get a couple on the play to number 26.
Should be Thiessen, I believe.
Jake
Thiessen.
Yep. And we got a timeout, official timeout for something
got
here.
A player down back there. Looks like one of their linemen down.
Another player down, so another injury timeout here. This injury timeout brought to you by Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation, Sports Performance. Schedule your free consultation at summitkansas.com. The Summit, together for exceptional health care.
Yeah, you hate to see that. I was trying to count the sideline earlier. I only counted 29 guys. They had 38 in the roster. I only counted 29 guys suited up. We, Coach Estep and myself, saw a guy walking around earlier, one of their linemen. Wasn't quite sure what was up with that. Of course, we had the Levi Smith, I believe, already out. And we can't quite tell what the lineman is that's down out there right now on the field. Helmet came off really quick. Looks like another lower leg type of injury.
Well, and there's another guy over here on a little cart for a leg injury, number 87, Haslett. So he's out too. So they've had some injury bugs. They don't have a big lineup anyway, and we'll see how this works out. Don't forget the Swedes tomorrow on the road at St. Mary's. That game is tomorrow afternoon, I believe, here on 96.7. Also, good luck to the KU and K-State coming up. Your son was on TV last week.
Yeah, he got some nice game day prime time there, and hopefully still studying periodically as well. But no, it was a fun day. You know, it's always fun when you have your kids away at school like that, and the team's doing well. Obviously, basketball last year was really fun for them to win the national championship. And again, any of our students, I'm so excited when our students go places, and there's just so much to be a part of at those facilities, whether that's KU, K-State, Wichita State, any of our small colleges as well around the state. It's just nice to have that involvement, have that ability to be there. So,
tell us a little bit about how early he had to go to get that spot.
Excuse me, he went over at 4 p.m. on Friday. So he was there Friday afternoon all the way through through, stayed the night out there, and was able to get front row on game day and really enjoyed that experience. And I saw so many compliments last week from TCU people online just about how great all the KU fans were, and what a great game too. Just in general, a great football game to have game day a part of that too. So, and of course here, suddenly the wind decided it wanted to rear its ugly head again. So I don't know where that came from, but we're certainly probably hearing it on our headsets a little bit as well. But number 72 is the injured player out there. Looks like Aubrey Nichols, 5'9", 251-pound senior, coming off gingerly to the sideline. So again, another injury blow to Hillsboro here tonight. Not what the Trojans were looking for.
Yeah, no question about that. He's a 5'9", 251-pound senior, like you said, and he's just walking slowly. He is motoring on his own power there, so hopefully he'll be able to come back in there. But another one, giving another shout out to my grandson Carter. He played his last game as an 8th grader last night. Had a couple one interception that counted and one that didn't count, but posted a couple pictures on Facebook. You want to take a peek at those, but he had a very successful season up there. McPherson is the middle schooler. But here it's 2nd down and 8 for the Hillsboro Trojans. They'll put 2 receivers to the far side. They'll stack them on the far side, one to the near side. Still in that pistol formation is Bolt. Going to take it and just drop back looking. It looks like it's going to be a screen inside, but he's in trouble in the backfield. He's going to get away, though. He's got some yardage to go, 1st down yardage. Stambaugh chasing him, and he's going to run him out of bounds about midfield. Good effort by Bolt. He looked like he was in really big trouble back there, but made some good ground gain after that.
Yeah, wonderful run there as he takes it all the way out to the 48-yard line. Caleb Gustus came off the far side there, had a chance at him, but once Gustus missed him, there was nobody else on that side of the field. Now, there was a foot race between the quarterback and the middle linebacker, Stambaugh, and it was a dead heat, so he was going to take it out of bounds instead.
1st and 10 Hillsboro. He didn't want to try to buck him a little bit. Here's a handoff inside, and Mr. Holt's got a hold of him. There's going to be a loss on the play. Justice Holt with a big tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Justin Holt getting back there in a hurry, and they've been back there again. Gustus was back there quick. Justin Holt back there. They were able to get back into the backfield quickly on the fumble on the previous possession, so they're obviously finding their way through that line, and so that could make things difficult here this evening for Hillsboro.
Wide receiver Smith and Thiessen come wide to the near side. Now going to run another player over here. Looks like there's a lot of confusion in the backfield. They're going to put everybody out, so it's going to be an empty backfield. 2 to the far side, 3 to the near side for Bolt. Now in motion goes Smith, running across the coverage, and goes right in the middle and dropped by the intended receiver right at the 50-yard line. Intended receiver,
I think it was number 7, Plenert, sorry.
Plenert, yep. He was one of the ones in the backfield.
Yeah, they had Plenert in the backfield. They had Driggers over here on the near side as well, and I think he's going to remain on the near side, but they're definitely going to a no huddle as well. It's one of the things they do a lot of, but they have definitely gone to this. And you mentioned the injury on the sideline to one of their tight ends probably changes how they want to play as far as going to a bigger lineup, so they're staying with their spread offense here.
Again, Bolt out in an empty backfield for Hillsboro on 3rd down and about 13. Vikings look like they're going to blitz. Pass in the flat, caught across midfield, and then tackled there, and finally bringing the ball carrier receiver down after he gets to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 3, I believe.
Number 21, another Plenert. So there's 2 Plenerts out there. You got number 21 is Tyson, number 7 is Wyatt. Tyson, number 21, is the senior, Wyatt the junior. But again, able to give him back an opportunity here to go for it on 4th down. They are in Viking territory. Now they're set up here with a 4th and about 3.
So they're going to stay with that empty backfield look. Bolt is back there by himself on 4th and about 3. See what the Vikings do here. And now Hillsboro's going to call a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 13 seconds left to go before the end of the first quarter. Vikings up 14-0. We'll be back after this timeout.
Early scores in tonight's high school football action. Buhler leading Rose Hill 7-3. Mays up on Hutchinson 7-0. Pratt 21. Nickerson 0. Kingman 7. Haven 0. Southeast of Saline 14. Lions 0. Smoky Valley leads Hillsboro 14-0. Heston and Chapman are tied up at 8 right now. Andale the early 6-0 lead on Cheney. Stay with us for more updates coming up at halftime. I'm Lucky Kid.
When it comes to your personal banking, it should be, well, personal.
That's how we do business at the Farmers State Bank. Farmers State Bank combines personal service with the modern convenience of advanced technology. Visit any one of our locations in Galva, Lindsborg, or McPherson and see how we take service. Very personal.
Hi, this is Serena from Midway Motors. To help fight breast cancer, Midway will be donating $50 for every vehicle sold during the month of October in hopes of raising $15,000. Visit midwaymotors.com to learn more.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And a running play. Did he get it or did he not get it?
I don't think he got it. I think he's going to be short. Now they're going to wave him. They're going to wave him ahead, so he did get it. I thought it was really, really close there, but they're going to give him the first down. And that's going to actually end this first quarter here on that run. So Plennert picks up the first down. Nice run by him. I think that was number 7 that time.
Plennert,
that was Wyatt Plennert. Got to get Wyatt and Tyson taken care of here, but it does pick up the first down as they lead into the second quarter.
14-0 Vikings after 1. Back with the second quarter right after this.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rods Tire and Service.
Be anywhere, learn everywhere. Experience online learning with one of the first accredited virtual charter schools in Kansas. Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School right here in Lindsborg. We offer courses for traditional students grades 6 through 12, as well as adult and part-time programs. Advisors will guide you through a dynamic and engaging curriculum from a highly respected program. Learn more at smokyvalley.org.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Hillsboro, Kansas. Joel Ween Stadium here. Don Binks along with Doug Snyder. Got Dalton Eastep doing the stats for us. And like Doug said, the wind all of a sudden starting to come up. The flag was just hanging limp there a little bit ago. Now it's just almost full out. So you're going to hear a little wind in our microphone since we're outside. Bolt in that formation, and they going to drop back to pass, looking down the middle. Pass caught. First down yardage inside the 30-yard line to number 11 Smith, and Bolt just threw a nice pass to get the first down.
Yeah, nice pass by Nick Smith, or nice pass to Nick Smith that time. And again, they've kind of found their rhythm here. I haven't seen them. Running plays are not something they're doing a lot of right now. Nope. They are spreading the Viking defense out, which I think is giving them more opportunities to have some more time, both passing the ball and if they make the decision to run the ball. They are keeping one back in the backfield there with Bolt as well.
Bolt with that pistol formation again. He's going to hand it off up the middle, decent, and he's going to get a little bit of yardage about to the 26 or 27. So it's going to be a pickup of a short 2, and it'll be second down and 8. Holt with the tackle.
Yeah, Wyatt Plennert there carrying the ball in the backfield for him, and like you said, Holt in on the tackle, making a nice play. Looked like there might be a crease there on that far side as he went between the guard and the tackle, but Holt shut that down pretty quick.
2 backs beside Bolt now on second down and 8 in motion from the far side to the near side to bring 3 receivers to the near side. It's a little inside handoff to Wiekert, and he gets no gain on the play, might have even lost a yard, and it'll be 3rd and long.
That was a tough play. They couldn't. The snap came down low and to the left. Bolt did an excellent job to corral that, and as soon as he corralled it, it went right into Weisbeck's belly. Definitely an opportunity for a fumble there, but good job making that play by both players on that particular endeavor.
Wide receiver each way, flanker to the near side, backs on each side of Bolt in the backfield on 3rd and long. Snap dropping back, looking. Bolt's under pressure. Over in the flat is the receiver. Weisbeck caught. He gets inside the 20, stays in bounds. He'll get spotted about the 15-yard line. So a lot of desperation there, but he completed the pass.
Yeah, well-designed play. They sent all of their receivers on fly patterns. They went right up the field, just cleared everything out. Weisbeck comes around underneath. The Viking defense coming at Bolt as hard as they could that time in the backfield, and he just dropped a pass right down to a wide-open Weisbeck, who was able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, he was wide open, no question about that. They're knocking at the door here at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Weisbeck checking the play on his script on his arm. Bolt dropping back now, coming over here into the flat to Smith, and he gets just manhandled by Cade Blanchett. Wow. Did you get the license number of that truck?
I tell you, I think Smith thought he was going to have some space, and he did not.
Whoa.
Cade Blanchett saw that pass. He read it. He was on his horse, and he went over there and just unleashed a good hit on Smith, taking him down. It was a big loss. Ends up being a 6-yard loss on the play.
Second down and 16 now. Vikings up 14-0. Hillsboro trying to get their first score. We'll see what happens here. They put 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. We are on the home side of the field, the west side of the field, to the north-south field. Bolt looking for the snap, has it, dropping back, now looking over in the crossing pattern, and good coverage by Nolan Dower, falls incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and long for Hillsboro.
Yeah, and just to put it in perspective, we mentioned 20 minutes ago, no wind at all.
Yeah.
Now, a strong gust coming from left to right. It's right in the face of the Hillsboro team, so the opportunity to maybe even kick a field goal down here, very limited with the wind blowing the way that it is. If you're going the other direction, I think you might be able to try it. But here, they're at the 21-yard line. It was 3rd and 16. Tough spot.
Empty backfield for Bolt. 3 receivers far side, to the near side. Drops back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. And almost intercepted, but it is completed. And go for yardage, and he's going to score. Score a touchdown for Tyson Plennert, who weaved in and out of Viking tacklers. That one play looked like it had interception or no gain on it, and the Vikings give up a touchdown.
So many things on that play. First of all, it looked like Caleb Gustus had the ball go right through his hands with an opportunity to intercept that. The ball gets through to Tyson Plennert from Bolt, and then a couple of would-be tacklers for the Vikings, both whiff. He's able to juke through a couple of people and take it to the house from 21 yards out.
Point after kick is up. The point after kick is no good, and our score with 9:13 left to go in the second quarter. Smoky Valley 14, Hillsboro 6. Back after this timeout.
Checking out the area high school football scoreboard right now. Buhler leading Rose Hill 7-3. Mays up on Hutchinson 14-7. Pratt 21, Nickerson nothing. Kingman 13, Haven nothing. Southeast of Saline 14, Lions nothing. Smoky Valley leading Hillsboro 14-0. Mount Ridge up on Gossel 8-6. Heston 16, Chapman 8. It's Andale 6, Cheney nothing. Stay with us for more score updates. I'm Lucky Kid.
At Farmer State Bank, we have a lot more than money invested in this community. We've invested our time, our interest, our heritage. If you're looking for financial advice or the best rates, Farmer State Bank is ready to help you grow your business, and that will help this community grow as well. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Serena from Midway Motors. To help fight breast cancer, Midway will be donating $50 for every vehicle sold during the month of October in hopes of raising $15,000. Visit midwaymotors.com to learn more.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to a now windy Joel Ween Stadium here in Hillsboro. Don Binks along with Doug Snyder as the Hillsboro Trojans march down 72 yards in 13 plays to get 6 points. They do not convert the extra point, and it's 14-6. Here comes Nolan Dower. It looks like he's going to hand it off to, but he doesn't. He's got some seam up the side, going at the 40, 45 midfield, trying to get away from the would-be tackler 40. Still on his feet at the 35. Great run by Nolan Dower. He faked the turn, the reverse, and everybody thought Autry was going to get it, and he kept it up the sideline for a huge return.
Yeah, again, they sold the fake on the reverse down here, did a great job, and then Nolan Dower just had a head of steam, and he just takes off. I think we mentioned he took the ball about the 20, 22-yard line here, gets all the way down into Hillsboro territory at the 33, trying to get a block there from Cade Blanchett, and he did get a block, and then just kind of a cluster of people finally takes him down.
Wishbone formation for the Vikings. Here comes Blanchett trying the left side. He's going to get down to near the 25-yard line. They're going to be a big gain of about 8 for the Vikings. It'll be second and short.
Yeah, what a run again. Nolan Dower, I mean, a lot of our kickoffs in previous games have not gone very far, and this time he's able to get a nice break, set the Vikings up in a great spot after the Hillsboro score, and we get a nice run to start here by Cade Blanchett on the left-hand side, taking it for 8 yards.
Wishbone formation on second down and short. Here comes Stanbaugh pushing his way up the middle, still on his feet, down to the 10-yard line and falls down about the 6 or 7-yard line. He just about took that one to the house.
I tell you, Stanbaugh just grinding through the middle. He's just putting in work up there and again, finding areas that they like to go right through the middle of this Hillsboro Trojan line and into their second wave, able to pick up a number of yards down there until he's inside the 10, all the way down to about the 7.
Yeah, that got into the third wave because there was almost a touchdown run. First and goal now for the Vikings inside the 10. Wishbone formation again. Carson going to hand it off inside to the Meerkat, trying it up the middle. He's going to fall into the end zone, but he's going to drop it about the 1 yard line. So he picks up about 6 on the play. It'll be second and goal from the 1.
Yeah, just got a shoestring in there. I think somebody got him by the shoe, ends up tripping him up. Otherwise, I think he takes it in, but he does take it down to the 1, sets the Vikings up in a perfect spot here to be able to get this thing in the end zone.
Stay in that wishbone double tight formation they love to go to. Carson under center, going to hand it off to, he's going to keep it himself. Ball's out. I think the Vikings think they have it, and they get a score. The ball goes into the end zone. We'll give it to Carson Peel. I don't know who ended up getting it, but the Vikings score was 7:24 to go.
I think it was Peel. Yeah, I think it's going to be Carson on that. It's going to be really hard to see. We're going to see if we can bring it up on our replay here, but the replay is a little bit behind for us here tonight. So it looked like he was trying to give the ball off going through there.
I thought he was going to keep it myself.
I couldn't quite tell. Ball came loose either while he was doing the fake or whatever he was doing there, and they end up giving him the score. So we couldn't quite tell directly on that, but we're going to probably say it's Peel for the touchdown.
We'll go for the 2-point conversion. Wishbone formation behind Carson Peel. Turn and hand it off to Blanchett. He's got an easy 2-point conversion. So Blanchett takes it in for the 2-point conversion is good. And our score was 7:24 to go here in the second quarter. The Vikings take it 22-6 lead. We're going to keep this one right here. We're going to look at our replay now and see if we can find out what happened on that touchdown run. If Carson actually did keep it himself or if he did hand it off or where the ball came loose. I think he had it himself, and Carson gets the touchdown. So we'll give Peel the 1 yard run, and the 2-point PAT is by Blanchett.
Yep. Let's give you a scoreboard update. This scoreboard update brought to you by McPherson Dental Care, your friendly hometown dentist. Online at McPhersonDentalCare.com, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. Just going to run through some scores that we have right now around our broadcast areas. Andale up 18-0 on Cheney. Of course, that's a district game for the Vikings there. Southeast of Saline 46, Lions 0. That's the end of the first quarter in that game. Trinity 7, Sterling 0. That's in the second. McPherson over Mulvane 6-0. That's the start of the second.
Smith has it at the 10-yard line, coming near side to the 20, 25, trying to get the edge, and does. He gets up to about the 35-yard line before he's driven out by Justice Autry. So good return for Smith, and that's where Hillsboro will have it. First and 10 with 7:17 left to go here in the second quarter, and trailing the Vikings 22-6. Got some other scores. Hoisington up on Larnard 15-6. My boys tonight are in Sacred Heart Salina. Smith Center 14, Sacred Heart 0 tonight. Russell and Phillipsburg are 0-0. Got another score there. We'll have more scores for you as the game progresses, and scores for you at halftime brought to you by Lucky Kid. Will be telling you how all those are.
Some trouble getting the play in here. I think you're going to see a timeout from Hillsboro.
It is. Timeout Hillsboro will step aside as well. 7:17 left to go in the second quarter. 22-6 Vikings. Back after this timeout.
This is Terry Russell from Farmers Alliance. It's no surprise that winning teams have a proven record of challenging practices and a good game plan before the game starts. At Farmers Alliance, we know that having a good game plan for your family's protection before catastrophe strikes is also a key to success. Make sure you're prepared for life storms by talking with your independent insurance agent. If you don't have a plan or yours could use some work, your Farmers Alliance agent can help, and you'll be protected against the physical and financial storms in your life. Talk to your Farmers Alliance agent today.
Great Plains Federal Credit Union understands that you need a reliable vehicle to fit your needs. They have great auto loan rates and terms. Get pre-qualified, then start shopping. Great Plains Federal Credit Union, with locations in McPherson.
From finding that perfect car for college, switching to the minivan life, from finding that perfect car for college, switching to the minivan life, or finally getting your dream ride, Midway Motors is ready to help. Stop by one of our 6 locations across central Kansas or learn more at midwaymotors.com. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
Next Tech Wireless, get an Apple Watch on us with a month of free cellular service when you buy a new iPhone.
And I think Hillsboro says they got it. I haven't seen an official signal. Now it is. So the ball got stripped away from Carson, trying for that extra yard about midfield. So on the first play, the Vikings fumble it away.
Yeah, got spun around a little bit, and the ball kind of shot out of there. Looked like he was going to be able to get a nice gain, but he got caught. Couldn't quite tell who caught him for sure, but the ball got knocked out, and it squirted down the field. Hillsboro covers it at the 45-yard line, and they're going to have their next possession.
45-yard line for Hillsboro. He sends 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. So empty backfield again for Bolt on the sudden change. Puts a man in motion now. Smith goes way around behind him in the backfield. Bolt rolling out far side. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to get wrapped up about the line of scrimmage, so it's going to go as no gain on the play. Good close there by Stambaugh and
Pickering. I tell you, I thought Pickering made a great play there. He pushed his defensive or his outside lineman up the field and really closed that outside for Bolt. And then he was able to cut right back in the inside when Bolt did and was able to make that play.
Also sharp in on that tackle as well, so good job by the Vikings. And a quick change here, late change, as Gus Griffith goes hustling off the field. Empty backfield again for Bolt on 2nd and 10. Drops back, looking, now rolling out to the far side, still rolling. In hot pursuit is Pickering again. He unloads it, and it's going to be incomplete. Pickering just breathing. I'm sure Bolt could hear him coming step closer and closer as he got close to the sideline.
Yeah, and he hit him right as he threw it, too. The timing was perfect as he's heading to that sideline. He really was just barely letting the ball go when Pickering was on top of him there. Nice play again by Vincent because the rest of the line was on a stunt, and they were kind of collapsing to the near side of the field. So that far side was open. Vincent had to make a play and force him to throw the ball.
And he came from this side of the field. So
he was in pursuit for quite a ways there, so he did a heck of a job.
Empty backfield again for Bolt, having to face the wind and the Viking defense here on 3rd and long. Calls for the ball, has it, dropping back to pass, still dropping back, now looking in the middle of the field and overthrows his intended receiver, who was number 7, Plenard, who was normally the backfield, but he's out as a wide receiver and they go empty backfield.
Yeah, got a flag back there. I think it's going to be a hold. Pickering was back there so quick. He was being held by the outside lineman here on the near side, and I think that's what they're going to get him for. So I would assume the Vikings will most likely decline this.
Yeah, they're going to decline it to get the ball back here to save some time here. 5:07 left to go on the incomplete pass. The clock stops, so the Vikings fumble it away. A 3 and out for Hillsboro on the last possession. Now another 3 and out after they recover the fumble. So back-to-back 3 and outs. The Viking defense is really stiffening.
Yeah, and when you're throwing the ball every play and they're incomplete, time is not coming off the clock. The Vikings had the last drive started about the 6-minute mark. They're going to get this one back just under 5.
High wobbly kick is going to be short. Vikings are getting out of the way. It does take a little bit of a Hillsboro bounce. It'll roll dead about the 34-yard line. So that's where the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 to see if they can score now. Just under 5 minutes, 4:58 left before halftime. See what the Vikings can do here on this time. We don't want to fumble it away.
No, don't want to fumble it away, but in all respect, we lost 8 yards on that little swing. That's about all that happened. Again, I know Carson didn't want to fumble that football and certainly was upset that he did, but a minute came off the clock. You get the ball 8 yards deeper than what you were before. Now the Vikings have 4 minutes and 58 seconds here to finish this half and mount a drive to put them up even more.
Blanchett wide to the far side, Abel wide to the near side, I formation behind Carson on 1st and 10. Going to look to the slant pass, and he's got it. Pickering at the 50, at the 45, still on his feet, down to the 40, inside to about the 38. That's just a quick little seam route by Vincent Pickering, and that was very successful.
Yeah, nice quick hitter. Beautiful, beautiful job of placing the ball in there. Great call, I think, by the Viking coaching staff, too. You just had Peel had the turnover on the fumble. You put the ball right back in his hands here to make a pass. He delivers, and a great gain on the play to Vincent Pickering.
Dower wide to the near side. Blanchett wide far side. Going to hand it off to Stambaugh right up the middle. He's still on his feet, barreling down to the 25-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first carry for Stambaugh. And the Vikings quickly taking up lots of real estate on those first 2 plays.
Yeah, we normally call him the hammer as he goes through there, but right now he looks more like a train. He just seems like he's flying through there and just dismantling people as he goes through. I don't know if I want to be one of those linebackers or corners or safeties back there that see him barreling through the middle.
Yeah, I call him a bulldozer too, but he's way faster than a bulldozer goes. 1st and 10 Vikings. Here comes the Meerkat trying the left side now, kicks it back up the middle. He's got a seam. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Justice Autry from the 26-yard line. He takes it in a hurry. A 3-play drive of 66-yard
or 26-yard run by Autry there. Excellent job as he got through the front line, was able to juke back and make a nice cutback, takes it back down through the middle, and is able to score. So a nice run by Autry, and the Vikings only take 1 minute and 2 seconds minute and 1 second to score on that drive as they took over at the 4:58 mark, and they scored 3:57 to go up 28-6.
Wishbone formation on the point after. Blanchett tries that left side, and he's in. And our score with 3:57 left to go until halftime. Vikings 30, Hillsboro 6. Back after this timeout.
So what do you see in your future? Buying the perfect home with a big oak tree? Watching your child graduate from college? Or finding more time for hobbies during your retirement? Whatever your future holds, make sure you talk with the Farm Bureau Financial Services agent. Together, we'll create a plan that's right for you.
Call Farm Bureau agent Luke Bauer in McPherson at 620-241-0225.
It's your future. Let's protect it.
Lauren Doak here to tell you about the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. We have everything your student needs to graduate high school completely online. Learn from Kansas State certified teachers who have experience in online learning and virtual classroom management. We also offer high school test prep, college and career readiness, credit recovery, and more. Be anywhere, learn everywhere with Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And Heidsmith kicks it off. It takes it at the 10. Smith on the run tries to stop and go reverse his field, but the Vikings are going to bury him right there about the 24-yard line. So that's where Hillsboro will have it 1st and 10 here. See if they can do something besides a 3 and out, but the Viking defense is really fired up.
Vikings defense is fired up, and the offense is clicking right now. I tell you, it has just been a dominant first half so far across the board. Vikings have put up 228 yards of offense to 112 for Hillsboro, although number of plays are relatively close because the Vikings have scored so quickly along the way. I think the bigger number here, time of possession, Vikings at 10 minutes, 11 seconds, while Hillsboro's had the ball for just short of 9 minutes.
Pickering and Griffith and Groslin and Holt are doing such a good job of that front four right now. Split backs beside Bolt now, rolling out near side. He's in trouble again. He's going to roll out, and the pass is caught in the backfield, or in the flat. On the tackle is Gustus, I believe. Pass complete for up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, right now, just trying to see, they end up hitting Thiessen there and hit him on the, like you said, in the flat on the far side. Just trying to find some things to pick up some yards. Like you said, the last few drives have been 3 and outs, and they've just basically been incomplete passes. And now they've got to do something to start eating a little bit of clock, keeping this Viking defense on the field as much as they can.
Wide receiver each way, flanker to the far side, split backs. It's a handoff inside, and there's one of the Viking defenders. The running back gets away from the first tackler, Baker, but he ends up getting a pickup of hardly any. It's actually going to be a loss of a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd and about 4.
Plinard on the run. He did a nice job breaking free of the Baker tackle. Baker misses the tackle, but he strings him out long enough to bring some friends along, and the friends were able to take care of business for him.
And he turned it inside, so he didn't get beat outside. So a good play by Baker there on 2nd down and short. Now it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 here for Hillsboro. 2.5 minutes left to go until halftime. And they're deep in their own territory, facing a 3rd down against this wind. A wide receiver each way. Bolt's going to drop back, still dropping down, all out in the flat, pass in the flat, and I think it was caught, but it's going to be caught for no gain by Weisbeck. And now he's going to call it incomplete. So the inside official had the better look at it. The line judge it was kind of thrown back, and so they're going to be another good job by the defense, another 3 and out.
Yeah, going to be the 3rd straight punt the Vikings have forced now here from Hillsboro, and each time only just a short amount of time coming off the clock. A little surprised it looked like they called it incomplete, but the clock is still running.
The Vikings are not they're not putting anybody back to return the punt here. They're going to let it roll down as much time as they can off the clock here. Yeah, why it's running on an incomplete pass is beyond me. And now Hillsboro's going to call a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Keep it on. Let's going to do another scoreboard update here. See if we can get some more scores in before halftime.
Yeah, the scoreboard update brought to you by McPherson Dental Care, your friendly hometown dentist. Online at McPhersonDentalCare.com, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. Got a few on your end there?
Well, I was trying to find some that aren't. None of these that I'm looking at now are in our area. Cunningham, 52. Burton, 0. Burton's not too far away from McPherson, but that's really not in our area.
I got Bueller, 14. Rose Hill, 3 at the half. southeast of Saline, 60, Lions 0. That's with 7:53 left in the second quarter. You mentioned Cunningham and Burton already. Is that what you said?
Yep. Council Grove 14, Eureka 0, not too far away. Quinter 14, Hoxie 12. That's a little bit of a way out west score, but it's a close game anyway.
Yeah, still not sure exactly what happened on that last play. We were under the impression that the official had called it incomplete.
They might have overruled.
Yeah, the one on the side called it complete. The one on the inside called it incomplete.
But the clock's still running.
The clock still ran, so I don't know what the ultimate decision. They don't get to tell us that, I guess.
No. Well, they're going to put somebody back to return the punt now. Justice is back about midfield. It's a good snap, pressure coming, but it gets the punt away. But Autry's not going to be able to grab it. It's going to drop and die about the 45-yard line. So the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 just in their side of midfield at the 45 and see if they can do something with it. Last time they scored in less than a minute or right around a minute in 3 plays. See what they can do again.
Well,
they're leading 30-6.
You and I know what we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty is going to come out here in a second. So.
Well, I saw some other things warming up there.
They've got some new things. The question is, do you want to try something new in a 30-6 game?
With the wind, it's never a bad thing to put it on film for the next opponent you got coming up. But I saw Blanchett throw a halfback pass in warm-up, so we'll see what happens. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Carson's in shotgun formation this time. Low snap, but he picks it up. He's looking downfield, going out in the flat to Pickering. Gets it at the 40 and tripped up inside the 40. Or he's going to say he stepped out of bounds about the 40-yard line or 42-yard line. Enough for the first down, and it will stop the clock here as he stepped out of bounds on the first play. But 1 play, a first down. Good job, Vikings.
And a nice job. They hit him on a short pass. Like you said, steps out of bounds might be the best thing there. Didn't have to waste a timeout because he did get tackled inbound. So, but a nice run by Vincent after the catch as well.
Vikings have all 3 of their timeouts left. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. There's a bad snap. And the Vikings are going to call for motion because 2 receivers on the far side left before the ball was snapped. So first, is this the first penalty on the Vikings?
I believe it is. And second of all, it's really tough time getting these shotgun snaps back. It's been difficult because that one kind of got hung up in the wind as well. But you're right, it looked like a miscommunication there between the center and the quarterback. Everybody else was going. Our wide receivers were heading out, but the ball hadn't been quite snapped yet.
Austin Sharp was late on the snap, maybe. We'll see what happens here, but it's going to be 1st and 15 now. Ball back across the 45 to the 47-yard line. 2 receivers far side. That's Autry and Abel. Blanchett to the near side. Another low snap. Peel's going downfield to the pass tipped by Autry. Couldn't bring it in, and it'll fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and long for the Vikings.
Yeah, rolling to his left that time, coming back across his body, which Carson does like to do. The offense is designed to do that a lot. Got a nice block in the backfield from Stambaugh to keep it alive, but a little high and a little behind Autry. Ethan Abel even had an opportunity there on the back edge of that on a dive, but couldn't quite come up with it either.
So 2nd down and 15 for the Vikings. Dower wide to the far side. Blanchett to the near side. Carson's going to go under center this time to take care of that snap. There's a Statue of Liberty play. Here comes Autry taking off to the far side. 45, 40, 30. And he's going to be tackled about the 25 or 24-yard line. There it came. We were waiting for it, and it finally showed up. And 1st down, Vikings.
Yeah, they run that so well. You know, you're allowing guys to come back there. They had actually 2 Hillsboro Trojans in the backfield with an opportunity to make the play, but both of them going after Peel. Autry slips out the left side and has a great game.
I formation behind Carson with the wide receiver and flanker to the near side. Fakes it, and here's a little rollout pass downfield, and Pickering was the intended receiver, but he led him too much. It falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball's at the 23.5-yard line. Vikings still have plenty of time with 50.5 seconds left before halftime.
Yeah, nice levels play again. He had Stambaugh short. He had Pickering a little mid-range, and he actually had Ethan Abel breaking open in the back of the end zone as well. Probably could have just laid that one up there, given Ethan a chance for it, or let it go out of bounds out of the end zone with the wind pushing it. I don't think it would have been intercepted. We might see that look here again.
3 receivers near side. Carson's going to be in that shotgun formation. Good snap this time. Pressure coming up the middle. Carson's going to stick in and throw it and over the head of the intended receiver, Dower, who had just kind of stopped there about the 7 or 8 yard line. line. But the ball sailed on Carson a little bit. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. And that wind just continues to amp up a little bit.
And it's so sporadic. It just dies for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's just gusting. He actually had Autry on a wheel route there too. Justice had broken free on the same near side corner of the end zone. So again, I'm sure he went back to the huddle and mentioned something to Carson there. We might still see something where they vacate a side and try to hit a guy deep in the corner of the end zone.
Abel and Autry to the far side, Blanchett out wide to the near side. Peel rolling, still rolling, going to kick up and get it to Blanchett. He's going to get it caught about the 17-yard line. Vikings will call timeout here. We'll keep it right here as the Vikings trying to put the clock's still running. They called timeout. The clock's still, now they finally get it stopped.
I think they're going to add some time.
I think they'll add about 5 or 6 seconds anyway.
Timeout. Please reset the clock to 44.5 seconds. Thank you.
So, yeah, they're going to add almost 9 seconds to there. They were trying to get it stopped. The far official came running right in with the timeout signal, but they didn't get it stopped. Maybe the button wasn't working on the clock in the press box. Who knows? We're outside again, fighting this wind a little bit here. Vikings have a 30-6 lead here before halftime. They're wanting to see if they can put some more points on the board before the half.
Yeah, and again, a nice drive here they've mounted, but it does put them in a tough spot here with this 4th down play, but they have been able to move the ball. It's a nice play call there to just get some of the yardage back. Plus, you gave Blanchett, who's just been on fire the last few weeks, a chance to maybe break a tackle and pick up some more yards, but a nice tackle on the play there by Hillsboro to cut him short, and it does set up, like we said, about a 4th and 4.5 here for the Vikings to be able to continue this drive. Really plenty of time, 45 seconds. Smoky's still got 2 timeouts in their pocket. Should be able to make a play here.
Well, you get to stop the clock if you get a first down, so it's not necessarily have to pass down. So Vikings have been getting some big yardage on the ground, so we'll see what they do here as they break the timeout huddle. 44.5 is put back on the clock. 2 receivers near side. Blanchett, the receiver, to the far side. Carson will be in that shotgun and pistol formation with Stambaugh beside him. Carson's just going to tuck it and run himself. He's got the 10. He's got the 5-yard line. First down yardage, 1st and goal about the 6. So good effort by Carson Peel on the run, setting the Vikings up with short 1st and goal from the 6. And the Vikings will use another timeout here as they'll decide what play. They'll probably call a couple of plays here in the huddle.
Yeah, nice play there. Just basically takes the shotgun snap and uses Stambaugh to help block for him around the edge as he's able to get out to the outside. Not a bad entourage to have when you got Tristan Stambaugh blocking for you. Carson turns it just inside of that block and is able to pick up nice yardage. Like you said, down to about the 5-yard line, maybe the 6. Hard to tell. Like I said, with that wind blowing, they're kind of trying to cover the ball up a little bit, but it looks like they're going to start from the 6. It is the 2nd timeout taken by the Vikings. They still have 2 up on the board for us, but we do have 1 remaining timeout.
1 timeout left before halftime here. Again, the Vikings up 30-6, seeing if they can add to the lead here. Vikings just doing what they needed to do tonight. They came in here to take care of business. They've been running it on the ground in the first quarter and a half. Now this last 3 or 4 minutes here, they've been trying to pass the ball a little bit, but they certainly have been picking up some big chunks of yardage. That last scoring drive was only 3 plays and 66 yards. So see what the Vikings end up doing here with 39 seconds left to go.
Yeah, I think they've been pretty efficient tonight. I know we had the Peel fumble up here, but otherwise it's just been a pretty efficient offense and defensive night for Smoky Valley. And again, a tough night for Hillsboro. We've got Levi Smith on crutches down here in front of us. Of course, he was injured early in that first quarter. Doesn't look like he'll be returning.
I formation behind Carson, who goes under center this time. Stambaugh with a run right up the middle. He's going to get tackled short of the first down, or for the goal line. Hustling back to the line of scrimmage are the Vikings on 2nd down and goal now. 28-27, still plenty of time. They'll go wishbone formation here on 2nd down. Carson quickly turns and hands it off. No, he's going to go for the pass in the flat. Blanchett short, incomplete. And the ball falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, nice job again. And like you said, 2 plays called in the huddle. They were ready. They went with the run play first. Stambaugh up the middle, taking them down to about the 2.5, 3-yard line. And then they tried to run a quick little flat play there to Blanchett. Unable to make the catch, a little low, but still have 2 downs to be able to try to get in the end zone. Or a down to try to get in the end zone, and maybe even a kick we might see here too.
Well, you could do a kick if you think that's what you want to do. If aren't successful here, they still have one timeout left, and see what they do. Wishbone formation here, double tight end for Carson on 3rd and goal. Gonna hand it off to Blanchett, trying that left side. He's not gonna make it. He gets stood up, and the Vikings are gonna call their last timeout now. It's gonna be 3rd. It's a play they usually run for the extra point, but they couldn't get that seam. That got closed off really quickly. Good job on the defensive group there by probably Weisbeck and Rogers on that left side.
Yeah, if you're Demetrius Cox, the head coach of Hillsboro, you're liking what your kids are doing here at the goal line. They've had some really nice plays. Again, stopping Stanbaugh short of the goal line and then making the stop on the pass and then following that up with a really solid play on the far side. Like you said, on the Blanchett trap play there, a play that we've used on 2-point conversions so often, and they were able to make the stop. So now they force a 4th down decision here from the Vikings.
So the huddle up will decide what they're going to do, and like we said, Jones has been getting anxious to try a field goal. Was warming up from about the 30-yard line, which would have made it a 40-yard field goal. He hit a couple that were long enough, but we'll see what they decide to do on 4th and goal from the ball spotted about the 3-yard line, so it's going to be a 3-yard play, whatever it is. 10 seconds remain, so they probably won't even be able to run out the clock if they don't score. Hillsboro will probably have one play to see what they can do with it.
I would either see that similar play that we saw a little bit ago with Peel getting blocking there from some of the running backs, but they're going out in the wishbone here, so I think they're just going to go power against power.
Wishbone formation. Here comes Stanbaugh blasting right up the middle, and he's in. A 3-yard run by Stanbaugh with 6.1 seconds to go, and the Vikings add to their lead, 36-30.
Yeah, nice run, wishbone formation. The Vikings just put their lineman hat on a hat and just said, hey, we're just going to take it to the end zone, and that's exactly what they do. They got Stanbaugh to take it in, and we are going to see Jones attempt an extra point here, so he's going to get an opportunity with the wind at his back to see what he's got here on this one.
PAT kick coming up. Peel is the holder. It's down. The kick is up. The kick is good. And our score with 6 seconds left to go until halftime. Vikings 37, Hillsboro 6. Back after this timeout.
Femco is a manufacturing leader in quality products. From weather protection to rollover protection to sun protection, Femco's engineers can produce a top quality finished product for almost any piece of equipment. Femco's years of experience in the safety and weather protection industry will ensure you get a reliable product that satisfies your need. Femco, located on West 1st and McPherson, has got you covered. Check out their website at femcomfg.com. Wishing all the area teams the best of luck.
Hillsboro Hardware, 125 North Main in Hillsboro, offers Best Look by Sherwin-Williams paint with color matching capabilities. You'll also find Milwaukee Power Tools, Gravely ZTR mowers, carry-on trailers, a wide range of lawn and garden, home improvement, and household products too. If it isn't in stock, check out HillsboroHardwareKS.com with a free ship-to-store option. Hillsboro Hardware, 125 North Main in Hillsboro, 620-947-2575.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
As Heitzmith's kicks, it's going to go bouncing, probably going to, it's going to go into the end zone. It looked like it was going to spin around and stay in the field of play, but it does go into the end zone. So Hillsboro will have it with 6.1 seconds to go here. Vikings leading at 37-6. What a good half of football for the Vikings.
I'll tell you, that ball rolling down there reminded me a little bit of youth soccer, where the ball just kind of goes toward the goal, and you're wondering if the wind's going to blow it in or if somebody's going to get there in time to kick it back out. But again, that wind has really picked up. It is gusting a lot right now out of the north.
I'm glad I have another coat here to put on here into halftime.
I need it.
Pistol formation for Bolt. Going to hand it off to the first guy in the lineup, and he's going to be tackled. Good job by Mr. Zeller there, and that'll be the final play of the first half. Vikings have a 37-6 lead at halftime. We'll turn it back to the station, be back after a while to wrap this first half up. You're listening to Smoky Valley Football.
Tonight's coverage of Viking football continues next with the First Bank of Kansas halftime report. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's first half and catch you up on other scores around the area. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Mix 96.7.
Your hard-working John Deere compact utility tractor deserves to be taken care of. All right, back with Coach Warburton, head coach of the Smoky Valley girls tennis team and regional champion girls tennis team.
Yes.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You want to recap how that went this weekend?
This is very exciting. Campbell, Gaskell, and Carrie Adam went in with I think 21-2 record. They got the 1 seed. We were able to get our number 2 doubles of Kayla Norbert and Lily Helene. That's the 3 seed. And they had a little scare in the quarters against Marysville, dropped the first set, they bounced back, and then won a close tiebreaker to make it. And that was really important because they made the top 4, they take the top 6. So we went into Saturday knowing that we had 3 teams, 5 kids going to state. And so pressure's off. And Kayla and Lily went out and they really blitzed Heston's 1 doubles team and beat them in straight sets. And so it was really, really a nice day when we have our 2 doubles teams playing at the regional finals.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice day.
Yeah. So looking ahead to state this weekend, starting Friday, what do you guys need to do up there, and what are some keys to bring another trophy home?
We need to just show up relaxed and loose and play. If we can go out and play, not cowtail to the name on jerseys, name on shirts.
Yeah.
If we can just show up and play our game and play the way that we're capable, then I think that Campbell and Carey have a really good shot at posting a great place. And I think that Kayla and Lily can continue to kind of play that underdog role, maybe surprise some people. And Lena's going to be a tough out for a bunch of people. I can guarantee you that they won't want to run into Lena at any point in the tournament on Friday or Saturday. And if we can all do that, then I'll be happy with whatever happens. If we can just go out and play loose, then I'm going to be really excited for this.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
October 28th at Fun Valley. Sterling and Bethany will meet up in soccer on Saturday in Lindsborg. The women at 1, men at 3. Mac College Volleyball hosting Oklahoma Wesleyan tomorrow night at 7 at the Sports Center. Central Christian College men's soccer will take on Dallas Christian Saturday night at 8. We'll check scores and state tennis when we come back.
At People's Bank and Trust, we value our customers. We know you have plenty of choices for your mortgage loans, but we think we have what you're looking for: relationship banking. And if you're considering refinancing or purchasing a new home, check our competitive rates before you make that change. Your payments will be made at home, and you'll receive good personalized service. That's how we've established many long-lasting relationships. Make a change, know your lender, and make your payments at home with People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Checking the AdAstra Radio scoreboard tonight, Buhler at the half leading Rose Hill 14-3. Trinity Catholic up on Sterling 7-0. Pratt's second quarter was leading Nickerson 48-0. Kingman 28, Haven 0. Mays 27, Hutchinson 7. Little River leading Pretty Prairie 30-0. Southeast of Saline mid-second quarter was up on Lyons 60-0. McPherson leads Mulvane 12-7. Smoky Valley 30, Hillsboro 6. That is in the second quarter. Gossel up on Mount Ridge 14-6. Marion leading Blue Stem second quarter 40-0. Newton over Campus 14-6. Heston early lead on Chapman 16-8. Ellsworth up on Halstead 22-7. Second quarter score, Burton trailing Cunningham 52-0. At the half, Andale leads Cheney 18-0. Douglas up on Garden Plain 7-0. In the 4A state tennis tournament at Prairie Village, Buhler's Olivia Frederick fell in the singles quarterfinal. McPherson's Roggs and Brody Kuhn are in the round of 8. Buhler's Kayla Babcock and Tatum Nickel fell in the quarterfinals. McPherson's Morin and Kendall Steinbo lost in the second round. Kendall fell to Frederick. Max Page Stuckey and Taya Young lost in the second round but won their opening consolation match, as did Marin and Kendall, both winning in doubles. In the 3-2-1A state tournament in Topeka, Sterling's Kate Rowland and Kara Wilson and Heston's Cassie Alvin and Corey Kramer are in the doubles semifinals, Also in the hunt for the state gold in 3-2-1A singles, Kyle and Metro of Central Plains. Magdalena Roushels of Smoky Valley is in the singles consolation quarterfinals, and in doubles, Smoky Valley's Campbell Gaskell and Kerry Adam, and Lily Helene and Kayla Norberg and Sterling's Ella Wellman and Sunny Carter also remain alive on the consolation side of doubles. That is your scoreboard update. Kansas High School Scoreboard Show tonight at 10 on Kix 106.1 and 98.9 KMCP. Back to your game after this. I'm Lucky Kid.
More of the First Bank of Kansas halftime report is coming up after this. Next, we'll recap tonight's first half stats. Visit one of First Bank Kansas's 8 locations or online. firstbankkansas.com. Mix 96.7.
If you want high-quality dental care with a gentle touch and a pleasant atmosphere, come visit us at Lions Dental Care. Our friendly and experienced staff is here to help give you the best dental care around. From regular cleanings to fillings, dental implants, or any teeth extractions, we can provide the treatments you need. We are always accepting new patients, so be sure to call us at 620-257-5193 to help schedule your next appointment, or check us out online at lionsdentist.com. Lions Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Ag Power Inc. CarQuest of Hillsboro is your complete auto parts store for your family, farm, and ranch's vehicles. Ag Power Inc. CarQuest is the source for outdoor power equipment as Marion County's only Hustler mower dealer and your Husqvarna dealer. Great people, great products, great prices. Ag Power Inc. CarQuest of Hillsboro. Like Ag Power Inc. on Facebook for more details. For all your fertilizers and chemicals for your farm, see Ag Service of Hillsboro and Whitewater. Ag Service of Hillsboro and Whitewater. Service is in our name.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Hillsboro. Don Banks along with Doug Snyder as the Vikings have a 37-6 lead here at the halftime, and the Vikings took the opening drive, 10 plays, 65 yards, culminating in a 1-yard stand-ball run to take a 8-0 lead with 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Then a big play for Hillsboro on their ensuing drive, but 2 plays later they fumbled the ball. The Vikings took it back and put a 7-play, 64-yard drive together. That one culminated in a Autry 5-yard run. The point after was no good, and it was 14-0 with 2:29 left to go in the first quarter. Then Hillsboro got back, and they got a score as their drive, 13 plays, 72 yards, culminated in a 26-yard pass from Bolt to Plennert. The point after was no good, and it was 14-6. But then the Vikings scored 3 more times before halftime. A 4-play, 28-yard drive culminated with a 1-yard peel run and a 2-point conversion by Blanchett. Then a 3-and-out by Hillsboro. Carson Peel actually fumbled the ball and gave it back to Hillsboro, but the Vikings got another 3-and-out. Then they put together a 3-play, 66-yard drive that culminated in a 26-yard Autry run. The point after by Blanchett was good. And then just before halftime, the Vikings put together an 11-play, 55-yard drive, culminating in a 3-yard stand-ball run on 4th and goal. Trevor Jones' point after kick was good, and the Vikings led 37-6 at halftime. What do you got for some stats, Doug?
Well,
go ahead.
Just a good first half all around, and actually Hillsboro's stats not bad either, but Hillsboro 119 yards of total offense in 26 plays, led by 97 yards through the air by Dylan Bolt. 8 of 14, he threw for 59 yards and a score. Wyatt Plennert also had that one throw in the early drive where they did the toss pass. He was 1 for 1 for 38 yards. On the receiving end of that, Nick Smith had 3 grabs for 44 yards. Tyson Plennert, he had 2 catches for 31 yards, including the 1 score. Anders Weisbeck had 2 grabs for 13 yards. Jake Thiessen, 2 for 9. That rounds out the receiving core. Meanwhile, on the ground, they only pick up 22 yards on 11 carries. That's 2 yards per carry. Leading the way is the quarterback, Dawson Bolt, 3 carries for 18 yards. Wyatt Plennert, 6 carries for 4 yards. Anders Weisbeck, 2 carries, does not gain a yard. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they put up 288 yards on 36 plays, averaging nearly 8 yards per play. 56 yards of passing for the Vikings to get things going. Carson Peel, 4 for 8 for those 56 yards. 2 of those balls going to Vincent Pickering for 41 yards. Cade Blanchett, 2 for 15. Meanwhile, running the ball, that's been the bread and butter tonight. 232 yards on the ground on 28 carries. That's 8.3 yards per rush. Tristan Stambaugh leading the way, already over 100 yards, 13 carries, 102 yards. He also has 3 scores. Justice Autry, he has 8 carries for 94 yards and 2 scores. Carson Peel, 3 carries, 19 yards. Cade Blanchett, 4 for 17. Meanwhile, Vikings had the ball in that half for 12 minutes and 37 seconds, while 11 minutes, 17 seconds for Hillsboro. Vikings had 1 penalty for 5 yards. No penalties in that first half for Hillsboro. Both teams did have 1 turnover, the 1 fumble by Carson Peel, and a fumble on the other side by Hillsboro as well. 3 attempted punts tonight for Hillsboro, an average of 24 yards per punt. 19 first downs for the Vikings to 6 for Hillsboro. The Vikings are 1 for 3 on 3rd down, 2 for 2 on 4th down, while Hillsboro is 2 for 5 on 3rd down and 1 for 1 on 4th down. Leading tacklers tonight for Hillsboro, Levi Smith. Of course, he's out with the injury already, but he did have 3.5 tackles. Jake Thiessen, also 3.5. Seth Driggers had 3. Anders Weisbeck, 2.5, as well as Aubrey Nichols. 2 for Sutton Reger, 2 for David Schaefer, and then Nick Smith, Lincoln Wickert, Sam Sorensen, Lane Rogers, and Tyson Plenert all had tackles as well. The Vikings, meanwhile, led by 3.5 tackles by Caleb Gustus, 2 for Nolan Dower, 2 for Pickering, 2 for Holt, 2 for Abel. Austin Sharp, 1.5, Tristan Stambaugh, Cade Blanchett, Justice Autry, Gavin Stambaugh, Michael Hawk, Richard Zeller, Zeke Baker, Gus Griffith, and Carson Peel all have tackles as well.
Let the Allen Samuels help you find the make, model, and budget that best fits your car this year. Their large inventory at allsamuelshutch.com. Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Come by. Let's be friends. A little scoreboard update for you, brought to you by McPherson Dental Care, your friendly hometown dentist, online at McPhersonDentalCare.com, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch. And next week's opponent, Nickerson, is, they're getting handled by Pratt. 55-0 is the last score I have on that one. Some other scores: Southeast is Saline 74, Lions 0. Poor Lions are just having a tough year.
Yeah, and that score's at the half now, I think. And then Cunningham was over Burton 72-0. That was at the half, but that's actually going to be a final. They are not playing the second half of that one.
No question about that. Andover Central 21, Andover 7, so that's a close game. Conway Springs over Inman. That's kind of a surprise there. That's 28-6 in favor of Conway Springs, because I'm not sure Inman's lost yet this year.
I have Andale over Cheney, 18-0 at the half, so that's a nice ball game so far. Cheney hanging in there, at least on the defensive end, but not able to get any scoring. Hutch Trinity 7, Sterling 0. That's at the end of the third. And like I said, you just mentioned that Conway Springs score over Inman.
We'll turn it back to the station for the final time out here before halftime. It's about 1.5 minutes, and then they'll put another 3 minutes. So Alan, take about a 2-minute time out here for us or so, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff. You're listening to Smoky Valley Football.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has served the unique needs of the ag industry. We get to know you and your operation, providing coverage for your farm, ranch, machinery, crops, livestock, and so much more. Find out why we've been the #1 ag insurer for 25 years. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Luke Bauer in McPherson at 620-241-0225.
#1 ag insurer across our territory. 1996 to 2021 SNL P&C Group Direct Written Premium.
My name is Lauren Doak, here to tell you about the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. Our virtual school offers tuition-free curriculum to students grades 6 through 12. We have over 75 elective classes in 8 career pathways. Experience learning at the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School, an online link between home, school, and public education. Be anywhere, learn everywhere with Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. Learn more at smokyvalley.org.
Femco is a manufacturing leader in quality products. From weather protection to rollover protection to sun protection, Femco's engineers can produce a top-quality finished product for almost any piece of equipment. Femco's years of experience in the safety and weather protection industry will ensure you get a reliable product that satisfies your need. Femco, located on West 1st and McPherson, has got you covered. Check out their website at femcomfg.com. Wishing all the area teams the best of luck.
Hillsboro Hardware, 125 North Main in Hillsboro, offers Best Look by Sherwin-Williams paint with color matching capabilities. You'll also find Milwaukee power tools, Gravely ZTR mowers, carry-on trailers, a wide range of lawn and garden, home improvement, and household products too. If it isn't in stock, check out HillsboroHardwareKS.com with a free ship-to-store option. Hillsboro Hardware, 125 North Main in Hillsboro, 620-947-2575.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Hillsboro Jolene Stadium here in Hillsboro. Don Binks along with Doug Snyder as the Vikings have a 37-6 lead at halftime. We're going to talk a little bit about cross country. The cross country girls won the league yesterday at the Lindsburg Golf Course. The boys took second. A great day for cross country.
Yeah, it really was. Leading the way yesterday for the Vikings was Kira Mullen. She finished in 4th place. Hope Willems finished in 5th place, right behind by about 12 seconds was all. 9th place, Sophia Fruits. 10th place, Taylor Helton. Trying to run down my list. Adrian Lockard, she finished in 13th. Gracia Peterson finished in 17th. Esther Clark finished in 26th. Run down my list. I think that's all of them on the girls' side. Jumping to the boys' side here and their results, as you mentioned, they finished in 2nd, missing 1st place by only 4 points. Leading the way, 3rd place, Titus Reed. 6th place, Samuel Peterson. 10th place, Wyatt Johnson. 17th, Braden Iyer. 28th place, a freshman, Caden Bishop. And again, 41st place, Sebastian Pavlovich. In 49th, Eli Spooner. I think that's all of them on the high school boys side as well. And I think you've got some, did you have some tennis results or you want me to jump in?
Go ahead with that, but all 5 of our entries are alive. Lena Rockholtz got beat in her first round, but then it has advanced into three wins in the backside of the bracket, so she's probably playing tomorrow. And then Norberg and Helene, along with Gaskell and
Adams. Again, pretty similar processes there. They actually lost after winning their first round, if I remember correctly, both of them. So again, they're still in elimination matches because you can't lose more than once and stay alive. So it's important for them to play. But I think Helene and Norberg have a couple from Marysville that they're playing against. And then Gaskell and Adams have a couple from Sterling that they'll be up against. And of course, if they do play out the backside of the bracket, they would end up playing each other for 5th place.
But then if they do lose where they're at, they'll still drop down, so they still will medal.
They can still come in there, I think, and play. The loser of those matches still has a chance on that backside as well to eventually end up in that 9th place match. So you're right. You still can lose 2 more on the backside based on where they're at and where they're located.
So congratulations to a great day for the Viking tennis, and I know I was trying to pick up. I know Lucky Kid was giving some results of the McPherson tennis. I think everybody for McPherson lost in the first round, so they're in the backside of their bracket as well. So hopefully they'll be doing well here. Vikings are doing well on the football field. They lead 37-6. Hillsboro won the toss and declined, so they'll get the first possession here. They're going to go to the south end, so the Vikings are going to have the wind at their back in the 3rd quarter here. And what was, it was windy on the way over here. It got real still as we were setting up our equipment, and probably the first quarter was nice. And then, man, this wind's blowing about 25, 30 miles an hour, and I hope it isn't distracting from our commentary. I know it's blowing in my headset, so hopefully we're somewhat of a decent broadcast, but we'll see what Mr. Heitschmidt can do as he kicks it off from the 40-yard line here.
Got a stiff wind at his back. We'll see if he can send that to the end zone.
So it's kick on the ground, bouncing and up over the head of the intended return man and into the end zone. So kind of like the onside kick that the Vikings did successful last week. It was on the ground, and then when the receiver went to pick it up, it just bounced completely over his head. So Hillsboro will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. That's going to be their poorest field position, and the Vikings hoping for another 3 and out.
Yeah, and really important drive here. And it's into the wind for Hillsboro, but they really need to get a drive established. Their last 3 drives prior to the one right before the half that they had one play were 3 and outs. So it's going to be really important for them to establish a little bit of an identity here offensively here in the second half.
Wide receiver each way for Bolt. He's in that pistol formation with the back beside him and behind him. He's dropping back to pass, looking near side, now scrambling out to the far side, still scrambling. He's in trouble in the backfield. He's going to be sacked back inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be a 10-yard loss on the play. Good job by Groslin and...
Actually, I think it was Griffith and Gustus that were back there. Number 70 and number 32, both of them just converging on him. Griffith coming from the defensive tackle position here and forcing him to the outside, and then Gustus just shot up there from his outside linebacker position to come up and finish off the play. So, again, a big loss, going to send him back to 2nd and 18, but a nice start by the Viking defense. Good coverage from the secondary as well.
Downfield, yeah, no question about that. I saw the 0. I just couldn't see the first number, so I thought it was Groslin, but it was Griffith. Good job, Gus. Wide receiver each way again for Bolt in that same pistol formation. Takes a snap, now gives a handoff to Wigger trying to come outside. He's going to get some yardage back near the 20 again, so it's a pickup of 8 after losing 8. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nice run there by Weisbeck. Nice, strong kid. We mentioned that before. He's a sophomore, 230 pound, but a nice job planting the foot in the dirt there and able to turn and get a nice little gain there, getting most of the yardage back that they lost on first down, setting up a long 3rd and 10 and a half here.
So see what they do on 3rd and long here. The Viking defense looking stellar. Dower and Beaker are the corners. Abel and Blanchett are the safeties. Pistol formation for Bolt, dropping back, looking in the middle, and he's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get tackled. Another sack, this time by Vincent Pickering, I believe, and the Vikings forcing a 3 and out.
Yeah, nice play there by Vincent. He was engaged with a blocker there, was able to throw him out of the way as Bolt tried to turn up the field after not seeing anybody open down the field, and Pickering got right at him and was able to take him down for a loss. So a nice opening drive defensively for Smoky Valley.
Wickert will be back to punt the ball away, this time standing at his 5-yard line. Autry back inside his 40-yard line with that strong wind. Kick is coming. Autry's going to take it at the 35. Going to field to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Justice Autry right up the middle for 6 points. What a return by the Meerkat.
Yeah, it takes it about the 37-yard line, 37-yard score on the punt return. You don't see Justice back there a lot. It's been Ethan Abel most of the season, but Justice caught that one. Looked like it was going to get hung up in the wind, and it did, but at the same time, as it got hung up, great blocking from the Vikings, able to get him the ball, and he heads up the field, create a little crease, and takes it to the house for the opening score here in the second half.
Jones coming on to do the point after kick again. High snap, but Peel gets it down. The kick is up. The kick is good. And our score with 9:38 to go. Vikings up 44-6. We'll be back after this timeout.
Ever feel like your insurance company doesn't know you?
Insurance Corporation will issue generic plans where agricultural activities occur.
Only a human can visit your farm or ranch to know exactly what you need. That's why for 80 years at Farm Bureau Financial Services, we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Farm Bureau agent Luke Bauer in McPherson at 620-241-0225.
Be anywhere, learn everywhere. Experience online learning with one of the first accredited virtual charter schools in Kansas. Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School right here in Lindsborg. We offer courses for traditional students grades 6 through 12, as well as adult and part-time programs. Advisors will guide you through a dynamic and engaging curriculum from a highly respected program. Learn more at smokyvalley.org.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back. The PA guy just said, who we know, Daryl Knoll is the PA guy tonight. He's a head basketball coach here at Hillsboro. It'll be a running clock for the rest of the game. Heitschmidt's kick goes picked up at Smith. No, it's going to go into the end zone again. So Heitschmidt gets 2 touchbacks, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Hillsboro after a 3 and out, and then punted away and Autry takes it in for a punt return. I think that's the first punt return of the year for Autry for a touchdown, isn't it?
I think it is.
So Bolt and company will come out for Hillsboro trying to get. This wind is just atrocious. And I remember coming over here to a Bethany football game when I was broadcasting Bethany football, and we won the toss, and Coach Kessinger took the wind, and I think we scored 3 times, and Tabor College never got it out of their 20-yard line and punted each time, and the whole first quarter was played inside about the 40-yard line. Bolt's going to hand it off, trying to get outside, and the Vikings are there to tackling on the play. It's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3 on the play. First one there for the Vikings, I think it was
Holt, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was. And now 4 new down linemen come in for the Vikings. Get them for you here in a minute. Number 65 coming in, that's Cash Sharp.
Yeah, got Baker out, both Baker boys out there, Zeke and Gabe, and then Richard Zeller out there at the line as well.
Good job of substituting now for the Vikings of the front 4 now. So second down and long for Hillsboro, 13 we'll call it. Clock running at 8:40 and counting. Rolling out is Bolt in the backfield, still back about the 5-yard line. Going to go deep, and it's going to be intercepted by Carson Peel. Tipped by Hillsboro player and intercepted by Carson Peel about the 33-yard line as he runs out of bounds with it. Good job, Vikings.
Yeah, they had a guy there in the seam. I think that was number 7, Plenert, Wyatt Plenert. And just along the Vikings sideline there, he was between 2 defenders. He kind of reached up. The ball hits him in the fingers, comes off, and it looked like it was going to be a dead play. But Peel is right behind that play, ends up making the interception, gets the foot down right at the sideline. And so the Vikings take over now at the 34-yard line with an opportunity to go score one more time.
First play of the ensuing drive, it wasn't a 3-and-out, it was a 1-and-out. The Vikings go to wishbone formation here. Carson under center. Turn and hand it off to Stambaugh. He's going to keep it himself. Carson's on trying to get outside. He's going to get tackled, double team tackle there. A gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play. It'll be second down and 7.
Yeah, Peel with an opportunity there after the interception, calling his own number, pulling the ball out of Stambaugh's belly and able to get a couple of yards around the right-hand side. And again, we're starting to see Trevor Jones coming in now to play a little bit of tight end as well.
So give him a spot of about 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 8 here inside Hillsboro territory at the 33-yard line, or 32. Wishbone formation for Carson. Hand it off to Stambaugh right up the middle. He's still running and got now finally tackled. Boy, a little chicken fighting going down the field there by Holt and one of the Hillsboro players. He was blocking him way downfield.
Yeah, way downfield. And if you're Hillsboro's defense at this point in time, you're a little frustrated.
Just like a great block on the field, the pros at H&R Block provide help you need and the biggest possible refund. Find the tax prep option for you, H&R Block in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth. So third down, and we'll call it 6 for the Vikings. Carson going to hand it off to Blanchett, trying that left side. He's looking at the first down stick, and he's going to be very close, but the ball comes out late, but the official says no, it's down, and it's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 1 for the Vikings.
Yeah, nice hit. I couldn't quite tell who got it, but got right down around Blanchett's legs, was able to take him down. And as Blanchett was falling to the ground, the ball ends up hitting as his elbow hits, and the ball came out. I think that's why they called him down on the play. So 4th and 1.
4th and 1 for the Vikings at the 25-yard line. 5:55 left to go in this running clock third quarter. Vikings have been on the other end of this a couple of times. It's kind of fun to be on the upper end of this. Wishbone formation again for Carson. Turn and hand it off to Blanchett, trying that left side again. He's got first down yardage and a little bit more. Still running, pushing the pile as they go toward the out of bounds line. And he'll pick up nearly 10 on the play after he always looked like he was just going to get 1 or 2.
Yeah, just grinding there. Again, just got into a pile and had some help from some linemen just helping to lead the way. And like you mentioned, just a massive pile of about 4 to 6 players over there just continuing to as the old Hank Stram would say, matriculate to the other side of the field, and he ends up taking him all the way down to about the 16-yard line.
Well, I think they'll give him a gain of almost 10 yards on the play, so it's wishbone formation again on 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Turn and hand it off to the Meerkat. Trying the middle. Boy, he's going to get swarmed under quickly. He's going to get about a yard maybe on the play. It's going to be second down and 9.
Yeah, nice job here of Hillsboro really trying to stiffen as the ball gets closer to the end zone. They did that earlier in the first half as the Vikings got their last score of the half, held them to fourth down before Smoky Valley was finally able to get Blanchett into the end zone. But again, they're really trying to buckle down here, really trying to take a lot of pride in their defense and trying to get this stop here.
So second down and 10. Wishbone formation, double tight for Carson Peel. Turns and hands it off a pitch. Trying to get outside is Autry. Looking for a seam. He's going to get back up near the 10-yard line. Again, a little Viking lineman push there to get down about the 9-yard line where it's going to be third and about 3.
Yeah, they've gotten into a few piles here, and again, the Vikings have done a nice job moving the pile once their running backs get in there. And again, Autry, not the largest of guys out on the field, but just got wedged up in there, and they continued to push, and ends up being a nice gain. It's going to set up a 3rd and short here with an opportunity to continue this drive.
We'll call it 3rd and 3. Ball's at the 9-yard line. They have to get to the 6 for the first down, so we'll stay in that wishbone formation with Autry, Stambaugh, and Blanchett behind Carson Peel. Turn and hand it off to Stambaugh running up the middle, and he's going to be very close. I don't know that they'll give him the first down. It looks like it's going to be 4th and inches here. So Stambaugh we'll give him 2. It's going to be 4th down and 1 here for the Vikings, just short of the 6-yard line.
Yeah, and again, just grinding up the middle, but their defense is really doing a nice job of holding them. I think the Vikings are going to end up calling a timeout here.
We'll keep this one right here. This timeout's injury report timeout, we'll call it a timeout, is sponsored by Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation. Sports performance, schedule your free consultation at summitkansas.com. The Summit together for exceptional health care.
I want to talk briefly about Smoky Valley Volleyball. We didn't have a chance to talk about them a little bit ago, and of course I'm a little partial there, but sure. Vikings traveled to Pratt this week for their final 2 league contests. Were able to defeat Pratt in 3 after losing the first set, and then turned around and played Heston, lost the first set again, and then were able to finish that off by winning the next 2 sets. So Vikings ended up finishing 8-1 in league play this year, finishing 2nd just behind Hillsboro, who goes undefeated. Tomorrow we have we have the Abilene tournament tomorrow. We'll open at 9 a.m. tomorrow against Topeka High. Then 11 we play against Buhler, and then at 1 o'clock we have Hoyt Royal Valley, and then hopefully some bracket play later in the afternoon as well. Vikings are now 24-6 on the season, and have moved up to the number 8 spot in the state in 3A. We do have senior night on Tuesday at home, where we'll play against Nickerson and Chapman as well.
And we'll be broadcasting that for you on Tuesday. I formation behind Carson on 4th down. Here comes Stambaugh blasting away up in the middle.
Autry, I believe.
And they're still running, and he's going to be very close to the goal line. It's going to be short of the goal line.
Yeah, Justice Autry actually took the ball on the left-hand side there and takes it all the way down to the 1, just short of the end zone.
Okay, it fooled me on the handoff. I thought Stambaugh had it, and there was Autry going. So it's 1st and goal now for the Vikings. Like they normally do, they're waving the clock to stop, but it's a running clock here in this early 4th quarter with the Vikings had more than 35 points. It's 44-6. It's a 38-point lead for the Vikings, and they're looking to punch it in here on 1st and goal. Wishbone formation behind Carson Peel. Goes under center, turns and hands it off, this time to Stambaugh, and he takes it in from the 1-yard line for a touchdown. So Stambaugh with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, nice 1-yard run. Of course, the Vikings take over that drive on the 34-yard line after the interception by Peel, and so they take it to the house here on a 1-yard run by Stambaugh. That does put them up 50-6 here with the just going under 2 minutes of the running clock, and Jones will come out again to attempt another kick for the point after score.
Point after kick. Jones is up and blocked, so no good in our score with 1:49 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings 50, Hillsboro 6. Back after this timeout.
Femco is a manufacturing leader in quality products. From weather protection to rollover protection to sun protection, Femco's engineers can produce a top quality finished product for almost any piece of equipment. Femco's years of experience in the safety and weather protection industry will ensure you get a reliable product that satisfies your need. Femco, located on West 1st and McPherson, has got you covered. Check out their website at femcomfg.com. Wishing all the area teams the best of luck.
Hillsboro Hardware, 125 North Main in Hillsboro, offers Best Look by Sherwin-Williams paint with color matching capabilities. You'll also find Milwaukee power tools, Gravely ZTR mowers, carry-on trailers, a wide range of lawn and garden, home improvement, and household products too. If it isn't in stock, check out HillsboroHardwareKS.com with a free ship-to-store option. Hillsboro Hardware, 125 North Main in Hillsboro, 620-947-2575.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Hillsboro as the clock continued to run during the timeout. Kickoff taken by Hillsboro at the 25-30 and out of bounds about the 38-yard line. That's where Hillsboro will have it 1st and 10 now. And with the running clock, they may not get a play in before the end of the quarter. We'll see how that goes.
A nice run there by Wyatt Plenard on the kickoff. Of course, the last couple of kickoffs ended up into the end zone. This one, he was able to advance and get it out nicely to about the 38-yard line.
Yep, 38 is what we'll call it. 1st and 10 for Hillsboro. They had a 3 and out and then a 1 and out. So we'll see what the Vikings can do here. And they will not snap the ball, and that is the end of the third quarter. Our score after 3 quarters, Vikings 50, Hillsboro 6. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. Timeout.
Hey Danny, what are you doing for your tailgate this weekend?
I just picked up a tailgate bundle from Crable's.
Oh, that's a great deal at $48 for a variety of sausages. Sale ends October 29th.
Come see us at Crable Specialty Meats, 1636 Mohawk Road, just north of McPherson.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Whether it's a new build, a remodel of a kitchen, interior, exterior, or an insurance restoration project, Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. We stand behind our work and have lasting relationships with vendors, suppliers, and most importantly, with you, the customer. Erickson Custom Building, proud to support all high school activities. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Hillsboro. Don Binks along with Doug Snyder, Joel Ween Stadium here. A windy, cool evening. Not cold, but I'm glad I brought an extra coat with.
Well, the wind's definitely adding a little bit to it. I'll be honest with you. I don't get cold very often, but it's getting a little bit.
Hillsboro has it 1st and 10 now to start the fourth quarter. Bolt's going to tuck it and run, try that left side across the 40, up to the 45, and driven out of bounds by the Vikings near first down stick. So my phone says it's 70 degrees.
Yeah,
it can't be that way.
Yeah, that's why I watch this too. Now I don't remember what did you have written down for yardage for them at half? How many yards did Hillsboro have?
119.
They're at 112 now. They went down 7 yards, so it was a rough third quarter.
Yeah.
We said they needed to establish an identity there in that third quarter, and unfortunately, the Viking defense did not allow that. So they actually have more yards on this one play in the fourth than they did the entire third quarter.
Now 2nd down and a long 1, short 2 here for Hillsboro. They'll send 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 back in the backfield with Bolt. He's going to snap it and hand it off to the big Weisbeck. He's got first down yardage around midfield before he's tackled upended by Nolan Dower, the last tackler, but somebody else was hanging on to him as he came around number 65. That's Cash Sharp was in on that tackle.
Yeah, good to see some youngsters getting in. I think you'll see a sprinkling of some more Michael Hawks in there at linebacker as well. And again, you kind of like to leave a nice little variation of guys as you start to make those changes, just so you can have some core guys out there to just continue to lead that group. And I think we're seeing more and more of that. Number 74 is out there as well for Smoky Valley. That's Andrew Brocksterman.
There's another, Stambaugh's not in. 73 is in the linebacker.
Yeah,
He's as a linebacker. Okay. Bolt sends 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, dropping back to pass, faking out, looking downfield. He's under pressure. He's going to go short. Oh, almost intercepted by one of the Vikings. That's Beaker that had a chance to intercept that.
Actually, I think that was Gavin Stambaugh back there.
It is.
48.
Yep.
I
thought it was 18.
It did. It looked a lot like it. Oh, no, sorry. Gio Luis, sorry. Gavin and Stambaugh and Luis mixed up. But, yeah, that was Gio Luis who's in there playing linebacker right now, I believe. Made a nice play and had an opportunity. The ball just slipped right through his hands.
There's still a running clock here at 9, just under 10 minutes to go now until the end of the ball game. 2 receivers each way this time for Bolt, who's in that pistol formation with the back beside him in the backfield. Dropping back, looking, pressure coming up the middle. He's going to go for it all down the sideline with Dower, and the intended receiver was number 8. Incomplete, it falls, and that will
should be Driggers.
Driggers, yeah.
Nice job by Dower. Dower ends up seeing what the play is and ends up getting some contact into the receiver as he turns his head, slows that receiver up. They've done it again. This is a veteran defensive backfield here, as much of the defense usually is here this season. But they understand that they've been torched a few times in previous years, but have really matured and learned under fire and have done such a great job this season.
3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Bolt dropping back, looking in the flat. He's going to go to his intended receiver, and it's dropped out of the backfield. Was Plennert, and he couldn't haul it in. It's going to be 4th and 10. Ball right at midfield. Viking defense continues to play well.
Yeah, again, just stepping up and making plays, not letting anybody get behind us. Again, you haven't seen any. The deepest play they had was that first play of the game where they got behind Carson Peel on the fake toss or on the toss pass, and again was able to close and make a play on that. Then one good solid drive by Hillsboro in that first quarter where they ended up putting the ball in the end zone, or early second quarter, I guess it was.
72-yard drive.
They had a nice drive there, and they just really haven't seen much offense since.
Empty backfield for Bolt, dropping back, scrambling down near side, still looking, going to have to throw it downfield and intercepted, no, but it's going to be turnover on downs. Good thing he didn't intercept it. Ethan Abel was the closest to it, and the Vikings will take it over at midfield on downs.
Yeah, Zeke Baker in pursuit that time as well, did a nice job just forcing Bolt near the sideline and forcing him closer and closer where he finally had to make a throw. The throw was low. Like you said, good that Ethan did not intercept that pass. Otherwise, it would have been just like a short punt. And instead, we're going to see some subs here. Ty Heitschmidt going to come out and lead the offense. We'll try to get some other names for you. We got Gio Luis coming out as well on the offensive side.
The center.
Corbin Pywell at center.
It's going to be wishbone formation behind freshman Ty Heitschmidt as he goes under center. He's going to turn and hand it off to the big fullback coming through on the first play, and he's going to get a couple yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Vikings to get into Hillsboro side of midfield. Carrying the ball is number 34 for the Vikings.
Yep, Torrin Miller getting through there. A nice run by Torrin. Of course, the freshman.
See the first one of the Miller boys to play football?
Might be.
I don't think Ty or either one of those older guys played football, so good to see him out there on the field. Good job, Torrin. 2nd down, and we'll call it 8 for the Vikings. Again, wishbone formation. Ty Heitschmidt, the quarterback. Good experience for him trying to get it to the fullback, is coming on that right side, and Jack Opat's going to be tackled for a loss on the play back to midfield, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, nice tackle there by number 77 for Hillsboro, Sam Sorensen, the 6'2", 172-pound junior. He was in the backfield quickly, got through the line, was able to make that tackle for a loss.
The Vikings facing 3rd and 10 now, 6:25 and counting to go here in the fourth quarter. Vikings leading 50-6. Wind's starting to die down a little bit now for the Vikings. Heitschmidt going to take it and roll out, trying to look for somebody downfield. The left-handed pass, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver for there on the Vikings, number 33.
That's Gavin Stambaugh.
He can't haul it in. And the Vikings now facing 4th and 10 from the midfield stripe.
It looks like they'll bring out their punt crew possibly here. Probably going back with first-team punt. You don't really have a second-team punt. You don't take that kind of time to practice that. So they'll bring their first team back out here to punt the ball away with 5:40 and counting here in this fourth quarter.
The ball right at midfield. I mean, the point of that ball is just at midfield. It is exactly as close to midfield. Stambaugh will be standing back about his 35-yard line to punt this ball away. Snap is good. Kick is up. It's a spiraling kick. It's going to be taken about the 21-yard line by Hillsboro, running it right up the middle across the 30 to about the 32 before he's tackled. One of the tacklers in there, number 33 for the Vikings, Gavin Stambaugh.
Yep, Gavin Stambaugh in there. Vincent Pickering got a little bit of an ankle, was able to start that tackle, but Stambaugh finishes it off.
So another group of defensive guys, Gabe Baker out there, along with Richard Zeller, along with number 65, Cash Sharp. 74 out there on defense. That's Andrew Brocksterman. You mentioned him before. Michael Hawk, one of the linebackers. Nolan Dower, still one of the corners.
Ty Heichman at safety and Trevor Jones at safety now as well.
Beaker and Dower are still the corners. Direct snap to the quarterback. I don't think it's Bolton.
I think that's Smith now. I think number 11, Smith, is back there. So that's Nick Smith taking over the quarterback.
Didn't
duties.
he come off the field with a
No,
little
it was the other Smith.
Other
Yep,
Smith.
it was
the
Levi.
other Smith.
Levi Smith came out with the injury earlier in the game to the ankle.
So direct snap to Smith, and he picks up, actually gets a yard loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for Hillsboro now.
Number 16 for the Vikings coming in. That's Kyler Ringle at cornerback now as well. Replacing Nolan Dower.
Well, good to see these young guys. Is their JV season over, or do they have a JV game on Monday?
I don't remember if there's a JV game. I think the JV season is over, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard.
I think that's what Coach said on Tuesday.
I think he said at quarterback club. Here's a running play to the far side. Going to have a little bit of success. Good tackle there. After a gain of about 6 on the play, it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 for Hillsboro.
Yeah, Jackson Mock was back in the backfield, turned that play in, and then Trevor Jones ends up making the tackle. I think I also saw Dakota Hawk coming in the game as well at a cornerback position, so number 38 in the game.
Nito, I think, was the ball carrier for Hillsboro on that. 3rd and 4 for the Trojans here. Ball at the 30. Not quite at the 38-yard line, 3:20 and counting here in the running clock here in this quick fourth quarter. Quick second half, actually. 2 receivers each way for Smith. Dropping back to pass, looking near side. Quick pass in the flat. It's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was number 11 over there. That is Nick Smith. So
I think I'm wrong. I think maybe Wickert might be back there in the backfield now as well.
Okay.
So Lincoln Wickert.
See the quarterback, Wickert?
I think he was.
Okay.
I think it's number 4 back there. See, it's so hard to tell the 4 and the 11 apart. I think it is 4 Wickert that's back there now running the cue.
So he is facing a 4th down and 6 here for Hillsboro. Vikings leading 50-6. Don't forget Bethany football on the air tomorrow afternoon from St. Mary's. Pistol formation for the quarterback, dropping back to pass, looking down across the middle, and caught. 1st down yardage across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
That is to Smith.
That is Nick Smith on the...
And Trevor Jones in on the tackle there as well. Good coverage. He was right behind him, but the ball just got in as Jones makes contact, and it is going to be a 1st down. I believe that's the first down of the second half for Hillsboro.
I think it is. You're right, because the PA guy said Wickert on the pass to Smith, so that combination good for a 1st down. 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near side for Wickert. Under 2 minutes now left to go. Direct snap, balls on the ground in trouble, and good pass there by Baker in the backfield to tackle for loss by the Vikings.
Again, just a well-rounded game tonight for Smoky Valley. Offensively and defensively, I think they've executed and done what they wanted to do. Like we said, the one solid drive there that ended in the second quarter with a Hillsboro score, really the only blemish, but otherwise a pretty effective night, a pretty efficient night overall.
A minute 20 now to go here in the fourth quarter. Facing 2nd down and long is Hillsboro. 2nd down and 15. 2 receivers each way again for Wickert to put the ball in play. Pistol formation snap, dropping back, looking down the middle of the field, and it's going to be intercepted by Jones for the Vikings. Taking it to the right side and coming up and inside the 35-yard line is Trevor Jones on the interception. And the Vikings have it 1st and 10.
A nice read by Trevor Jones. He was actually had the deep guy near the Viking bench that he was in coverage, and the ball was overthrown, and he just responded, came back to the ball, caught it in mid-flight right there, in stride, gets the ball back up the field, and nice interception for Trevor Jones. Well played.
And I believe Mr. Heitzsmith will probably take a knee right here. The Vikings can win this game here at Hillsboro. Ty's going to
He's going to run the clock down.
Yeah,
Since it is a running clock, he can run it as low as he needs to.
Good job. Is it now the play clock, or the clock is in? Well, they're going to run a play here on the outside, and it's going to be a no gain on the play. It's going to be a gang tackle by Hillsboro. Good job by the Hillsboro Trojans. And that is going to be the final play of the game. Our final score here from Hillsboro. Vikings win it 50-6. We'll be back to wrap this one up for you after this timeout.
Some finals in tonight in high school football action. Kingman beating Haven 42-0. Little River wins over Pretty Prairie 54-0. Cunningham winning over Burton 72-0. In other scores, Mueller leads Rose Hill 21-3. Trinity Catholic up on Sterling 7-0. Southeast Sicilian at the half led Lions 74-0. McPherson over Mulvane 26-7. Smoky Valley leads Hillsboro 44-6. Andy leading Cheney 24-0. Upset alert in Class 1A early in the third quarter. Conway Springs leading Inman 38-6. I'm Lucky Kid.
Lauren Doak here to tell you about the Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School. We have everything your student needs to graduate high school completely online. Learn from Kansas State certified teachers who have experience in online learning and virtual classroom management. We also offer high school test prep, college and career readiness, credit recovery, and more. Be anywhere, learn everywhere with Smoky Valley Virtual Charter School.
Hi, this is Lucas Raleigh with Raleigh Insurance. With a family myself, I know how important managing expenses are. If you are thinking about shopping your family's insurance, let us do the shopping for you with our newly expanded markets and carriers. As an independent agency, we've been saving families across Kansas for the past 50 years. Check out RaleighInsurance.biz, see me in Little River, or stop by Raleigh Insurance in Inman or Lyons today.
Hi, this is Serena from Midway Motors. To help fight breast cancer, Midway will be donating $50 for every vehicle sold during the month of October in hopes of raising $15,000. Visit midwaymotors.com to learn more.
Coverage of Viking football continues next with the Viking Locker Room Show. On the way, we'll recap tonight's game and we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Tim Lambert. The Smoky Valley Vikings play on Mix 96.7.
Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for your orthopedic needs. Now seeing physical therapy patients at Sterling College as well as our location in Hutchinson, enhancing the quality of your life and helping you return to the activities you love. Visit Summit online at summitks.com or call 620-665-7766 to make your consultation appointment. Summit Surgical and Pinnacle Rehabilitation and Sports Performance, together for exceptional health care.
Even though I've moved out of state, I can still bank locally with Farmer State Bank using my online services. I use all of the electronic options Farmer State Bank offers without ever even visiting the lobby. Member FDIC.
At American Family Insurance, protecting crop farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Visit the Jason Honshu Agency in downtown Hillsboro. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Allen Samuels & Hutch is proud to support our community and local businesses, and we promise to continue to do so. Follow us on Facebook and join in our weekly giveaways. Check out our website at allensamuelshutch.com for our new inventory arriving daily. And remember, Ladies' Day is every Tuesday for discounted oil changes, tire rotation, and a free car wash. Allen Samuels on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine and Hutch. We always have a warm cup of coffee waiting, and that's why Mr. Samuels always says,
"Come by, let's be friends."
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Hillsboro Joel Weens Stadium here. Joining us now, not head coach Tim Lambert, but assistant coach Chris McClure, who comes in every week and talks to us a little bit about it. But the Vikings, they gave up one touchdown drive of 72 yards. But other than that, I see a lot of 3 and outs and 3 and outs and 3 and outs over here. And the Vikings defense was really playing top-notch tonight.
Yeah, really pleased with the guys' effort. You know, that one series that they had a touchdown, we just missed a couple of tackles that could have put them in behind the chains and missed them. So, but yeah, overall we played really well defensively.
nice to play against a team a little bit more like we're used to. I mean, we the tough schedule we went through, but the kids really persevered and kept their heads up even while they were playing those tough teams. They were playing strong.
Yeah, but, Coach Lambert, he says that we don't care who we're lined up against.
Right.
We got to get better at what we do, and I think our kids did that tonight. We took a big step forward for sure.
Good to see the young kids get out in the second half, and Ty Heitschmidt got to play quarterback a little bit and got some other running backs, got some other linemen in there. That's good to get varsity experience.
Yeah, good to get those guys in, especially since we don't have a JV game this Monday. Their season's over, so it's good to get them in there and get them out there on Friday night.
And then you got Nickerson coming up again, a team that has struggled this year. They did get a win at the first game of the year, but, boy, they've been scored upon, and the Vikings don't take anybody lightly.
That's right. We're going to just try to get better at what we do, just like we tried every week.
And we look forward. You always got to look forward. You got to peak a little bit at the end of the year. Your game more than likely coming up against Scott City.
Yeah, we're trying not to look ahead, but that's kind of what we think too. And Scott City's going to be good. They kind of had our number the last 2 years in our district, so we'll be fired up for that game for sure if that's who we end up playing.
It'll be fun to play that one. Well, congratulations on the great win tonight, and we'll talk to you next week.
Donnie, I don't know what you said, but Chandra texted me and said you were her hero, so you must have said something good.
Oh, well, okay. We'll say thank you, Chandra. I don't know what I did either. I talked for 2 hours. I don't know what I can't remember 3 things I said during the night. So
thanks, guys.
Except for the fact that I congratulated my grandson Carter on a great interception, a great football game he had last night at Hutchinson. So here the Vikings take care of business. They take the opening drive and take it 10 plays, 65 yards to score. A stand ball, 1-yard run was a touchdown, and a Peel 2-point conversion made it 8-0. Then one big play for Hillsboro, and then the Vikings caused a fumble. They got the ball back, goes 7 plays, 64 yards, scoring on an Autry 5-yard run to take a 14-0 lead as the point after pass was no good. And then the Vikings gave up that drive, started in the first quarter, ended in the second quarter, a 13-play, 72-yard drive by Hillsboro, culminated in a 26-yard Plenert pass from Bolt. Their point after kick failed, and it was 14-6, and then the Vikings scored 3 times before the end of the half, one on a 4-play, 28-yard drive. The 1-yard run by Peel was the scoring play. 2-point conversion by Blanchett was good. A 3-and-out, and the Vikings got the ball back. They took it 66 yards in 3 plays. Autry 26-yard run was a scoring play. Blanchett 2-point conversion was good. It was 30-6. And then the last play scored was 6 seconds before halftime, a 3-yard stand ball run on 4th down. Trevor Jones came in and kicked an extra point and made it 37-6 at halftime. And then in the third quarter, a 3-and-out, and then the Vikings got a 37-yard punt return by Autry. The point after kick by Jones was good. It was 44-6, and then a 3-and-out, and the Vikings got an interception, not a 3-and-out, but it got an interception on the first play. And then they took it 9 plays, 34 yards. Stambaugh takes it in from 1 yard out. Point after kick was no good, and it was 50-6. And then with the running clock, the second half didn't last very long, but the Vikings prevail 50-6. What do you got for some stats, Doug?
Statistically tonight, Hillsboro finishes the night with 133 yards on 43 plays, averaging nearly 3 or just around 3 yards per play. Their passing game, they were 106 yards through the air, led by Dawson Bolt, 8 of 19 for 59 yards. He had 1 score and 1 interception. Wyatt Plenard, of course, was 1 for 1. He had 38 yards. It was that pass on the halfback pass early in the game. Lincoln Wickert, who came in at the end of the game, was 1 for 3. He was 9 yards. He was also intercepted 1 time. Leading receivers, Nick Smith was the leader, 4 grabs, 53 yards. Tyson Plenert, 2 for 31. He also had the touchdown catch. Anders Weisbeck, 2 for 13. Jake Thiessen, 2 for 9. Meanwhile, rushing-wise, this was a struggle tonight for Hillsboro. They had 22 yards at the half. They finished with 27 yards of total rushing on 20 attempts, averaging only 1.4 yards per rush. Dawson Bolt led him, 6 carries, 14 yards. Anders Weisbeck, 4 for 12. Josiah Gooch, 1 for 6. Wyatt Plenert, 7 for 1. And Lincoln Wickert had 2 carries for -8 yards. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they had 324 yards of total offense on 49 plays, averaging 6.6 yards per play. 56 yards passing by Carson Peel tonight on 4 for 8. His leading receiver tonight was Vincent Pickering, 2 grabs, 41 yards. Cade Blanchett had 2 grabs for 15 yards. But where the Vikings made hay tonight was on the ground, 268 yards of rushing on 40 rushes. Leading the way, as we said at halftime, was Tristan Stambaugh. He finishes the night with 16 carries, 107 yards. We had him for 4 scores. Justice Autry, he also goes over the 100-yard mark, 11 carries, 107 yards. He had 2 scores. Cade Blanchett, 6 for 31. Carson Peel, 4 for 21. Gavin Stambaugh, 1 for 2. Torrin Miller, 1 for 2. Jack Opat also had a carry on the night. Other stats, the Vikings were penalized 1 time for 5 yards. Hillsboro not penalized at all. So 1 total penalty tonight.
Wow.
1 turnover for the Vikings. That was a fumble by Carson Peel. 3 for Hillsboro. 2 of those were the interceptions. They also had 1 lost fumble. Punting tonight, Tristan Stambaugh did punt 1 time for 29 yards. Meanwhile, Hillsboro 4. They averaged 23.3 yards. The Vikings did also get 2 sacks tonight as well. Vikings 22 first downs to only 8 for Hillsboro. The Vikings were 1 for 6 on 3rd down, 4 for 4 on 4th down, while Hillsboro was 2 for 8 on 3rd down and 2 for 3 on 4th down. Total time of possession, Vikings actually had the ball for 21 minutes, 53 seconds. Hillsboro had it for 26:07. A lot of that was because of the running clock and the way that worked out in the second half as well. Meanwhile, kicking, you mentioned Trevor Jones. He was 2 for 2 on extra points. Justice Autry on the punt return, 1 return for 37 yards. Of course, that was for a score as well. Nolan Dower had 2 kickoff returns for 67 yards. Leading tacklers tonight for Hillsboro, Jake Thiessen finished with 6.5. Seth Driggers 4. Levi Smith and Sutton Reger had 3.5. Anders Weisbeck, Aubrey Nichols, Lincoln Wickert, David Schaefer all had 2.5. Sam Sorensen, Nick Smith, Tyson Plenert, Lane Rogers, and Colin Voss all had tackles as well. The leading tackler tonight for Smoky Valley, Caleb Gustus, 4.5 tackles. Nolan Dower, Vincent Pickering, Justin Holt, Ethan Abel, all with 3. Trevor Jones, 2.5. Of course, he had the 1 interception as well. Austin Sharp, Michael Hawk, Cade Blanchett, Gavin Stambaugh, Zeke Baker, Richard Zeller, Tristan Stambaugh, Justice Autry, Gus Griffith all had tackles as well. And Carson Peel had the other interception as well. That will lead us to tonight's player of the game, sponsored by People's Bank and Trust. Safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Put their experience to work for you and your family. Relationship banking from People's Bank and Trust.
Got a couple of candidates. Stambaugh with 16 carries, 107 yards. The Meerkat, Justice Autry with 11 carries, 107 yards. Either Coe or Stambaugh, because he had more touchdowns. We can go either way.
Yeah, I think either way is fine. I mean, I think Tristan really established and set the tone of the game tonight. I think what he did early in the first half really did a solid job. But again, I'm perfectly fine with Coe because you got Justice also at 107 yards and has the return for the touchdown as well. Yeah. So I think Coe is perfect tonight.
Coe is perfect. We'll go Coe, players of the game, and both doing a great job on the field tonight, carrying the Vikings to victory, a 50-6 victory here tonight. Don't forget tomorrow morning, if you're hungry, go help sponsor or support the Svensk Hillningsfest Committee, a Swedish pancake feed tomorrow from 8 to 11 at the Covenant Church. Hillningsfest will be October 13th and 14th of 2023, so that's a year away, but they got to start their fundraising. They're busy getting everything planned for the festival next year, and Bethany football on tomorrow afternoon from St. Mary's. Any other final thoughts?
Continue. I don't know if we want to do any scores. I'm sure he's going to do a score show right afterwards, but otherwise we can knock out some scores.
Let's take a 1 minute. Let's take a 1 minute timeout. When we come back, we'll do a scoreboard update for you, and that'll be the end of it. So let's do a 1 minute timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
More of the...
We offer customized lending, local decision-making, and competitive rates. At First Bank Kansas, we know ag. Visit any of our branches in Salina, Ellsworth, McPherson, Abilene, Lindsborg, or Hutchinson to learn how we can help you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Our
Sweatshirt Gear for Sport at 109 North Main, downtown Lindsborg, is a proud supporter of the Smoky Valley Vikings and the Bethany Swedes. Be sure to stop by before the game and check out the new apparel to show your team pride. We wish all the student athletes a safe and successful season.
Get the latest 5G devices at Next Tech Wireless. Now you can get the iPhone 14 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus on us, or up to $999 off any other device. And that's not all. You can also get half off a new Apple Watch when you bring your number to us. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Hi, this is Serena from Midway Motors. To help fight breast cancer, Midway will be donating $50 for every vehicle sold during the month of October in hopes of raising $15,000. Visit midwaymotors.com to learn more.
We're here to keep you rolling. Rod's Tire and Service.
Viking football on Mix 96.7.
And welcome back to Hillsboro for the final time. Don Binks along with Doug Snyder. Thanks to Dalton Eastep for doing stats for us again. 37 Ellsworth, 19 Halstead, a score I got. Pratt 55, Nickerson 14.
Heston 43, Chapman 22, Bueller 21, Rose Hill 3. Last score we had McPherson 39 over Mulvane 7. That was with 1:35 left in the third. Southeast of Saline 94, Lions 0.
Wow. Rock Creek 28, Clay Center 7.
Trinity Catholic 21 over Sterling 0. That's a final as well. Again, last score we had was Andale was up 32-0 on Cheney. That was about midway through the fourth quarter.
All in all, a great night of football all around central Kansas. And here tonight, the Vikings take care of business. And now, any final thoughts? Good luck to you tomorrow in your volleyball at Abilene.
Yeah, thank you very much. Excited again, 9-11-1, and then hopefully the bracket play after that. Of course, good luck tomorrow to our tennis participants as well as they all head into day 2. Excited for all of them as well as all the coaches. Tonight, it was exactly what we talked about before the game. A team needed to come in and get their season back in the right direction. You know, Coach McClure pointed out at the end, you know, it doesn't matter who we line up across. We got to become a better football team. And the playing those last 3 opponents, Andale, Pratt, Cheney, made us a better team. And we came out, we executed, we did what we were supposed to do on the field, both offensively and defensively tonight. And we came in and took care of our business. And that's what we need to continue to do into next week as we go up against Nickerson. And then, as we said before, leading into that playoff run, we're one of those teams that hopefully when people look at us and they look at the games that we have lost, especially as of late, we look dangerous, and we're a team that we're capable of putting some points on the board as we have all season long. So that's going to be one of those things to look at as we continue into next week.
No question about it. That'll wrap it up. For Dalton, for Doug, this is Don wishing everybody a very pleasant good night. 50-6 is the final here from Hillsboro. Take care, everyone. We'll talk to you actually Tuesday night, volleyball, online at live.smokyvalley.org, and then next Friday at home for our final home game of the year against Nickerson. Take care, everyone. Good night.